Ahoy! Welcome to A Hero Story, episode 15, except the one is an S in the Superman logo. I am Tyler,
Oh,
also known as hashtag super shit.
I am Hunter, and I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am.
I'm Harper. I'm also super shit, but we did it at the same
The exact
time,
same
so we're
time, which means
both
that he
we're both
copied me.
valid. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so we'll just get into it. We know you've been waiting for this episode. There's no beating around the bush. We're all excited. So let's jump into Marvel's swimsuit issue. It came out this week. We're all very excited to see it.
Brilliant.
There's a nice wraparound cover, and I think that was it, right? That was the only thing that happened this week.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, and
Okay.
that's a hero story. So thanks for listening. Tune in next week for D&D season 3,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see you
And
then.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, recording is all right. Good.
Okay.
Whew, we got past it.
Okay. So we're a little late for most Superman reviews that are already out there. Everyone's posting their Superman reviews. Happy Monday. It's
We
not.
intentionally left it so that people had time to see the movie, and by that I
Mhm.
mean everyone was busy. But that's
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
but also yeah, because we this is your warning. We're getting into spoilers. We're talking everything about this movie for pretty much this whole episode here,
Yeah, we're not
and
gonna. Yeah. Spoiler warning. We're probably even if we say, "Oh, no spoilers," we're probably gonna something's gonna probably gonna slip up. So if you haven't seen this movie, you don't know anything
Yeah.
about it,
well, we're
just don't
gonna
listen to the
dissect it
review.
pretty much. Yeah.
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 We all saw this movie opening night. Tyler and I have both seen it again since, and Tyler hasn't said a word. Well,
Well,
he hasn't said his thoughts on the
Oh,
movie, but he's
he
gone insane.
said words.
I
He's going
saw it on
insane.
Playing.
Tuesday. I saw it on
You
Tuesday.
are
Right.
Tyler has
Tuesday at 7.
played Tyler has played an elaborate, weird, fucking game with us for the last 4 days, where he's playing into this idea that maybe it really disappointed him. To quote him, maybe this is my BVS. Maybe I
That's
might have
funny.
hated it.
BVS is my BVS. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
was
why
gonna
I
say
said that.
BVS is your BVS. Thing is,
Like,
Tyler came out of the movie, and we were just like, "Oh, what'd you think?" Because he saw it before any of us,
Yeah.
and he just said
yeah.
he doesn't feel anything.
Yeah, I wasn't happy walking out. I genuinely had no feeling of anything.
Mhm.
Like, I might have hated it. Like, he's
Tyler
been
told
playing this
us
game.
he told us
Go,
that his
no, you
girlfriend
go.
said he looked shell shocked.
Shell
Yes,
shocked.
she did
Which,
say,
no, to be
and my
fair,
dad said also shell shocked.
shell shocked I could get, like,
I
the
understand, yeah.
overwhelming nature of it. And like, look, Tyler is in, I think, complete denial about this point. He's going to disagree with me on the show about it right now. But I think, regardless of what his thoughts are on this movie, that Tyler has missed a foundational thing, a moment in his life, something that he could look back on with his kids one day and be like, man, I saw Superman. I
You think
walked
my
out
kids
of
will
the
give a shit
theater.
about Superman
I
2025?
think I think they, well, it depends on if you do or not. If you really
That's
Yeah,
love
true.
it,
yeah,
then
That's
they
that's
true. That's
probably
true.
true.
will, but we don't know that yet. But Tyler walked out of Superman not once, but twice, and both times was like, yeah, I'm not really sure what to feel. And that, like, I need you to understand, Tyler. I care about you. You're my friend.
Yeah,
You're one of my
thanks.
best friends in the world. The other two are on this fucking podcast. It's a very sad state of affairs, but that's my life. That's what it
Sean and
is.
me, Sean and me.
Genuinely, yeah, Sean and you, that's it. And
Yeah, Sean and Tom.
Mark Wade. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, genuinely, Tyler, the more you sent stuff about, like, yeah, like, walking out of it, I didn't really feel, I actually felt sad. Like, I was upset. I wanted you to have the, like, holy shit, that was the best
they
thing I've
did
ever
it
seen. I
kind of
don't
thing.
care. Like, yeah, I wanted you to come out, and the fact that you didn't the first time, and then you were like, well, I'm always like that with movies. And when I see it the second time, it
Which is
really
true.
lands. And then I
Most of
come
that
out,
is true
which
for
is
me.
true. And that's fine.
I
And
get
then you
that.
saw it a
Yeah.
second time and the same fucking thing. I was genuinely sad. I was like sitting there looking at my phone, like, man, this is Superman. Like, this is the one. And that's regardless of what I feel. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a
Yeah.
shit. But I needed it to matter for you. And it, like, I just need to know what's going on with you, man. I need to
Superman,
know.
Superman is Tyler's favorite superhero in general. It always has
Yeah.
been his number one. So this is like,
Yes.
and he hates Henry Cavill as a person.
As a
So
person,
He's and
yeah.
he said the hype broke me, and I need to know what the hype broke you.
and real quick, keep in mind for the listeners, we've been talking about this movie since it was announced that Henry Cavill was playing Black Adam. and he was getting his
Yeah,
movie. Like
yeah.
we've been
Was playing
talking
Black
about
Adam, yeah.
was
Dude,
play well
the
in Black
amount
Adam. Like
Yeah.
we've been talking
the
about the next
amount of
Superman movie for
thumbnails
years.
that have just
Yeah.
been our heads on Superman. Like it's
Yeah.
been we've had
I was
Superman thumbnails for the
literally
last six
thinking about that
months.
today. I was like, how is this thumbnail not just going to be every other fucking thumbnail that
I I
we've
I I
done?
genuinely wasn't even gonna put a fat. I was actually just gonna make it like David
Just
Cohen
a
sweats
just the
Superman. Like
poster.
make it an
I mean,
actual,
yeah,
yeah.
makes sense.
God
Um,
damn.
so what? You guys are asking me what I thought of the movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
what you think of the
All right.
movie?
Because he hasn't told us.
Have you guys ever seen The Room?
With
Like Brie
Tommy
Larson's?
Wiseau.
The Tommy
Oh,
Wiseau
Yeah,
Room
I've
movie.
seen it. I've seen the room like four times for
Have you seen The
no
yeah,
Room,
it's
reason.
a
Hunter?
yeah, I thought you meant the Brie Larson one, but yes, I
No,
have
that's
seen the Tommy
Room.
one.
That's
Right.
room,
So
yeah.
when I saw The Room, I I was watching it with my friend, and we watched it because we were like, "This will be fun." You know, it's the worst movie ever. This will be fun. And we were watching, and we're like, "Wow, this is the worst movie ever." Right? It's horrible. It's not fun to watch. But then afterwards, you talk about it, and you're like, "God, remember that funny part? Remember? Oh,
Mm.
hi, Mark. Remember? You're
Hi,
tearing me
Dougie.
apart." It's like, oh, this
Yeah.
is fun to think about, right? So I was watching Superman on Tuesday. I was watching Superman on Tuesday, and I'm just watching all the colors and all the big things, and it's just such a snappy pace. And I'm watching the characters say their things,
Say the
and
things. Okay.
I felt like Dr. Manhattan. I felt like I could see the strings. I'm like, okay, they're doing the fall from great. Like I saw the character arc. I saw the story engine, right? And I couldn't
Yeah.
see the story. I couldn't see the characters. I couldn't see the movie, right? So I walked out of it with that, seeing the parts of this thing, how this thing all works, right? Oh, Superman has to go through this so that he can go through this so that, and this happens and this happens. But I couldn't invest in it, right? And that was the weirdest fucking feeling in the world, right?
So
Is for some reason
stupid.
I'm watching the Superman movie and I can't invest in it. Something I couldn't invest in. And
A
I
like
couldn't tell.
fairly stock standard comic book movie with like a silly plot and silly characters that you could just watch and eat
Yeah, the
popcorn and not
easiest
think
movie to
too hard
understand and
about.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And I'm watching it, yeah, and I walk out of it and I'm thinking like, did I think that was bad? Did I think that was average? Or could I just or have I just like made up this movie in my mind already? You know?
Hmm. Which you kind of did in a way.
Yeah, which I kind of did. And also there was so much footage in the fucking trailers and shit. Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
yeah.
But the more I thought about it, I might have hated it. The more I thought about it, right? I'm sitting at home and I'm thinking about the movie and I'm just like, oh wow, that moment was like crazy. And that character is like so interesting. And the way they did this character and yada yada. And I really like how they use this and this and this. And so I'm thinking about the movie. I'm like, wow, that was awesome. That was essentially the Superman movie I wanted to see, right? But I still couldn't love it. I
Hmm.
don't know what was going on. I didn't love it, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I walked out Thursday. I saw it with my nephew, whose birthday's today. He's 8 years old,
Happy
and
Happy
birthday,
birthday, nephew.
Tyler
and
Jr.
yeah, and yes, that is his name. And we were watching it, and this is a kid who like you would be blown away by how much this kid can pay attention to a movie, and he was born in 2017. It's like he like locked
Wow.
in. I saw the movie start, and
It's
he
like this.
literally sat up, forward in his chair. Um, and he locked in for this movie, right? And I'm watching it the second time, and now, I know how the engine of the story works. I can better invest in it. So I'm watching it and I'm thinking like, okay, that part's cool. That's interesting. I see how that works, right? And blah 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 blah. I get to the end, the scene with Lois and Clark kissing and raising up. I
Yeah.
cried.
Mm.
I started to
Mhm.
tear up at the end, and then I walked out and I thought, I still don't know if I loved that. And
Wow.
the more I think about it, I keep thinking, yeah, all of it was great. I loved the characters. I really liked how it moved. I loved all this stuff. I don't think I love this movie though.
Oh, reveal.
And I don't
Damn.
know why that doesn't matter to me right now. Like why I'm not like
Yeah.
losing my
Do you-
mind about it.
no, you know what's happened, Tyler? You have built this movie up for so long. Like you've
Yeah.
been so
Before it was,
excited
I
for
mean,
it.
it was just the concept of I needed a new Superman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's come out and you've watched it. And like after like all the hype leading up to it, none of that matters once you are sitting there and watching it, and then
Yeah.
it's just the movie.
Yeah.
And you've come out and gone, oh yeah, that was a decent movie. And that's the
It
normal
was
opinion for like
yeah,
most
it
people.
was
Like
not the movie I expected it to be. I know that I've said that a lot. I will try to get more in depth on what I mean.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
Um,
that.
but I have been waiting for this podcast so we could have the conversation because I think talking about this movie with people who have other people that have seen it besides like, my dad and my girlfriend.
People that understand Superman a lot more in
Yeah, more
depth, I
comic. Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Um, I think I could end up loving it. I really do. All the pieces are
It's up to
there,
us.
and it is kind of up to this conversation to see how I really feel because it's weird. It really did kind of break my brain in a way, and I wasn't prepared for it to do that.
Well,
I'm
I gotta ask, what do you mean by like
It wasn't the
I
movie I expected.
yeah, it was the movie I expected it to be. Like it was
It's
a
I
Superman
exactly
movie
what
with
I
Lex
expect.
Luthor as the bad guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like exactly like
I don't
story beat to
think
story beat, exactly what I would expect.
Yeah.
Like,
I yeah, no, I get the story is not necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like how it so the first time I came out of this movie, one of the main things I kept thinking was like how I never felt that kind like James Gunn's directing a Superman movie and you think about all the
Mhm.
Guardians movies are so like chock full of like emotion and all of this like
yeah, no,
good gooey
definitely.
stuff, right? And I
Mm,
was thinking about how I didn't feel any of that in this movie.
mm,
Um and I kept thinking like why the fuck did I not? Because it is essentially all there and it is James Gunn and I kept thinking like about the Guardians of the Galaxy of it all. And I'm sure you guys will disagree with this part, but I don't think that this is anything like Guardians of the Galaxy really. And I think what really like got me was that this is not like it, I'm trying to think of like what I'm trying to say here. But it's like this is a movie in a whole different gear, right? It's a whole different they're throwing so much other stuff at you. It's a whole different gear from I think any other comic book movie we've really seen. This isn't the same kind of gear and even, ratched up to 100 as like your Raimi Spider-Man movies. Like there's a full of sincerity, it's full of earnestness, it's like an honest to God rendition of this story lacking not necessarily lacking in the irony that makes like James Gunn so popular, but I think it's definitely toned back on the irony of it all. And so you can fully live in this world with these characters and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But I don't think I expected it to not be like Guardians in that sense. I don't think he's going for the same things that he was there. That's
Definitely
a
not,
group
yeah.
of ragtag characters that come together and they all bond on their trauma and their growth is what you get emotionally attached to. And I had to keep reminding myself that Superman is not like that. Superman is not a character who necessarily grows and has an arc. Like we've talked about this a lot, Harper, where there's a lot of characters we love that are arcless, right?
mm.
Where you get, your James Bonds and your Doctor Strange
Not
is an
strange, yeah.
example. Characters like that, right? They'll go through endless stories, but they won't necessarily learn or change through them. And that's what makes, just the endless stories of it all fun. And I think Superman is very much the same in a lot of ways, where it's like Superman in this movie, right? He is kind of arcless, right? He says a thing and everyone goes, I don't know about that. And then by the end of it, they go, oh no, actually, yeah, you were right. Right.
Yeah,
He stays true to
yeah.
himself, right? He doesn't change at all. And that's what makes Superman so interesting.
Superman, how dare you involve yourself
Yeah.
in an international incident? Hi, I'm Hawk Girl. I'm gonna murder him. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
actually
I'm gonna
kill
kill. Yeah, no,
him.
it's Superman. How dare you do that? And him go, what are you talking about? Like, of course I did that. And then they go
Mm.
at the end, yeah, actually, thank you for that. That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I strongly feel that this is a James Gunn movie. Like this felt like James Gunn fingerprints in
I
every
see.
single moment of it. And like I totally agree with you. Like compared to like Guardians 2 and 3, like emotional impact wise, not
Yeah.
even close
Yeah.
Mhm.
to like those.
I don't think it's
But
trying
like
to go for that though.
Yeah, I don't think it is
I
either.
I think it is in some parts.
I think it's going for
Big t
a version of the emotion,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not the
yeah,
heights are not the same.
No
yeah,
one
yeah.
dies. Like
Yeah, except for that except for Malik or Malik or whatever.
Yeah,
That was
but
so
like
sad.
I find like the saddest
Oh
parts of
yeah,
Guardians is like Guardians 2 Yondu's funeral, and
Yeah,
then Guardians
dude,
3 is like the death
fucking
of Rocket's friends. Like
yeah, yeah.
those are like the saddest parts
My
of
Little
that.
Raccoon. This story
Y
was always about. Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
yeah, I
Like
know.
that
Mhm.
that's enough to make anyone cry. But Superman, you're not I don't think there's any scene that is trying to make you cry.
I
I get
think
like the kiss and
yeah,
Pa Kent talking to Clark. Those are very emotional, but it's not like Rocket's friends getting
it's not trying to
shot in
make you
front of him.
sob. It's not
Yeah.
sad via like look at how shitty this is. It's sad via like, oh my God, this is so earnest. It's like, how could people be this honest?
Yes.
You
Mm,
Yes.
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I
Mhm.
and I guess I wasn't really went into it with the James Gunn of it all. Like I guess I wasn't necessarily thinking that, right? And so I do think that this movie is in a different gear from different comic book movies, especially with the world that it exists in and how it presents itself. And I think the thing that I do love the most about this movie is how it presents itself as like the second part of an adventure you never got, right? And I know that
Yeah.
for a lot of people is the main critique, right? It's like they don't have time to catch up with what's going on. But I don't know. You think about the original
I think
Star
it's silly.
Wars, you think
Mm,
about like Indiana Jones or James Bond movies, characters like that, stories like that, where they are always throwing you in the deep end, right? You know this
yeah.
character, or at least you know the idea of this character, right? You know the iconography of this character, and that's all you need to know, right? And I think that people definitely I said this, you said this was the best thing I ever said, Harper, where we've gone so deep into like can't like I
Yeah,
said
it
that
is.
these movies have comic book movies have imploded on themselves from
Obsessed with
self-reference,
self-reference.
right?
Oh, put it,
And
hang that in
and
the Louvre, dude.
and
That's
and
so
with irony
good.
as well, right? They become so ironic at a point, and they're winking at
Yeah.
the camera so often that it's really difficult to be invested in the story because it's like, well, they don't even care. Like
Mm.
Ant-Man, Ant-Man 3 is the worst example. I think Ant-Man 3 is the worst movie ever. It's like it's so bad for so many reasons, and a lot of it is because they just can't take this shit seriously, right? And they expect us
Mm.
to somehow, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and how
But
is an
I
audience
think
supposed to buy into it if the characters aren't?
exactly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But for this movie, I felt like people are definitely overestimating that kind of aspect of it. Where I think this is true. I think for a lot of people, this could be the peak of the comic book movie slop mountain, right? This could be the peak of this is exactly why these movies are garbage today. There's just so many plots and stupid ideas, and it's weightless, and the characters don't make any sense, and I don't know who this guy is, and they expect me to know who that is, and yada yada, right?
Mhm.
But I don't think it is like that because I think that every character in this is so like well placed into the story. They all make sense, especially in comparison to Superman, that I didn't feel that part of it. And again, like I feel like that's really the thing I came out loving the most about it was this sense of like this is a lived in universe. It's built up already and this is just an adventure. This is a week in the life of Superman. And I
I
really enjoyed that
really
aspect of it.
I really think that, like the criticism that I heard going in was that yeah, that feels like a sequel to a story we never saw,
Yeah.
and like getting into the story is difficult because it just like starts with you right in there. I really think those criticisms have been levied against this movie by people with just like terminal
Mush
TikTok
brains.
brain.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't
seriously think
understand
if
that.
you think
Yeah.
that, like, genuinely, how did people watch the original Star Wars? Like, I
Yeah,
think this
no,
is way
I think
less
about that all the
confusing.
fucking time.
I feel
I
like
because
this is
Yeah.
way less weird.
I think
I
this
kept
is
hearing people would struggle, or like, oh, casual audience are going to struggle. Tyler, you said casual audience might struggle
I said
with the
they
start of
might.
this
I wasn't
movie.
sure. Like it just felt like a lot. I didn't think that it was gonna like break their brains, but I thought it might be a lot of
That'd be
information to throw
crazy.
at them, right?
Yeah,
Um,
okay, yeah, yeah.
but I
Mhm.
I do feel
Everyone's
like this.
fucking head starts splitting in half, like the
Yeah, he
scene
said
in
when they see
reality.
Superman, it's yeah. When you see the movie, half of the audience that doesn't understand it, their heads just are cracking open.
Collapses
Yeah,
into a black hole.
They
Yeah.
they do say like, oh, like 3 decades ago, 3 years ago, three
yeah.
hours
I
ago,
Mm.
think
kind of thing. But at the same time, we also get a lot of things that aren't explained. Crypto, where'd he come from? Yeah,
I
it
mean
doesn't matter.
Krypton. I
Yeah,
guess right.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
They never really
the
explain where. I
fortress.
mean,
Yeah, where do they get?
yeah, they
Where do all
never
those
explain
robots?
how,
Yeah,
where did he
I
show up? Yeah, the fortress as well. We never get that explained, or the robots, or any of Superman's story. We don't get
but
explained.
Dude,
I
actually, you
really
know what?
love that. I really because I feel like obviously with the text intro, this is trying to be Star Wars. and James Gunn
Yes.
has said that, right? He's like, we're not making the MCU, we're trying to make Star Wars. And I really love that idea behind a Superman or even just a comic book movie, because it's like the energy of comic books is this world where it's like, and I think we forget this a lot because everything is so over explained, but the idea of it used to just be that you could start anywhere, literally at any issue, right?
That's it.
Hmm.
This
Yeah,
is,
Yeah.
this is like my favorite thing of all time when a
yeah,
story is just like we're
yeah,
going and that's it. That's why I can't
yeah.
watch
Catch
like
up,
origin movies
yeah.
most of the time. Like I
Exactly.
can't
And
do it.
because the magic of comic books is that there's a fucking million of them, right? And so
Yeah.
the Stanley idea of that every comic is someone's first, right? And it's the idea that maybe we don't have to explain the origin of this universe, but we have to give every issue has to give us a reason to care about these characters,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
And I really do love that for this. I really love this is a lived in world. These characters exist. They all know each other. It doesn't matter. It does not. Your questions are stupid, right?
Mhm.
Because that's not this kind of movie, right? This movie is asking from the get go, buy into it and you'll enjoy the ride. And if you don't, then you won't like it, right? And
Yeah.
I felt like that was, I guess, my issue the first time around is I felt like not that I didn't buy into it, but that I was like, this is this is going everywhere. This is going everywhere.
Which it does.
It does, it
Yeah.
does. And I do
We
like
are
that
we
we're
gonna Hunter and I are gonna actually say what we think.
Yeah. Sorry.
real quick
Hunter.
before we do that, I just wanted to add on to that. I do enjoy that we do start off in this universe already established, but I would have liked to see this version of Superman discover who he is. I would have liked to see that story. And we never will, I don't think.
I
Like
mean,
James Gunn said,
there was definitely an opportunity there when they went, "Hey, his parents are they're murderous dictators, and also they
which
absolutely are." Mr. Terrific's like, "No, it's not forged. Your parents
Yeah.
suck," and we never
well,
really get.
yeah.
We get one conversation with Pa Kent, and then like cute footage at the end, and it's like,
Maybe
well, he's gotten over
Supergirl will
that, and like,
continue that.
and
Yeah, like does
Supergirl, yeah. So
wouldn't
Supergirl's origin
Supergirl
has
know
to
about
be,
that?
yeah, it has to be
I mean,
different. They
yeah,
have
I we could definitely get more in depth into
Yeah,
that. That is an interesting
we'll get into
choice.
that later. But real quick, James Gunn did say recently, like he said, like, oh, I never needed to see Peter Parker get bit by a spider again, Batman's parents get
Yeah.
shot, or Superman's ship land on Earth. I just rewatched leading up to this movie every single Superman movie, and in Superman the movie, the first one, that's the only time we see
so
Superman's
boring.
ship land on Earth. We
Oh
don't see
No,
it
no,
happen in
not
any
boring.
other Superman
Watch
the
it
movie.
again.
The Krypton stuff in
Oh, okay,
the
yes, the
Superman the
Krypton
movies
stuff,
is
but
In
my
everything past
opinion
that.
is that is the slowest thing that's ever
it's a
happened in
slow
a
opening.
movie
Yes, it's
ever.
very slow.
I
Holy
don't. I mean,
fuck!
I don't know about that, man. They made a
No,
movie
it
where
is
paint
no,
dried once.
no, and it's still quicker. Like
I,
I'm telling
but
you,
I used to think that that movie was just boring overall, even if it was good. But I think rewatching it, the for some reason I really liked the stuff with teenage Clark in Smallville more than I liked like the second half, honestly.
yeah, yeah,
Just
All
like
right,
this,
that's pretty
that
good.
scene where it's like
fair.
they're on the hill and it's him and Ma and they're looking over the just the plane and it's like it's them talking about he's like
Everything the
I've got to
light
go.
touches, she says to
I've got
Clark.
to go. Yeah. Every is our kingdom. He's like, I've got to go. I've got to learn who I'm going to be. And the music is so sweeping. It's like this old Hollywood magic. Like I love that might be my
It
favorite
is
scene
good,
in
yeah.
that movie.
It is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like James said, he doesn't even see the Superman rocket land on Earth again, but we only saw it once.
Yeah.
In Man
Yeah.
of Steel, it takes off from Krypton, but then it cuts to adult Clark.
Yeah. But I
Like we
mean,
don't
it
see it
essentially
Yeah, but there
land.
was
lands.
also 30 minutes of Krypton politics, and like, yes, it
Yes,
was the coolest
yes, I
part of that
understand
movie,
that.
but
But Man of
still.
Steel, I mean, that the
I
ship
would have,
essentially does land, though. I mean, they cut off before it does, but you see it get shot off and get to
yes,
Earth. I mean,
yes, you
you
do.
do see it.
I just mean like we haven't seen that. I feel like we James was implying we see that scene all the time, but it's only been once, maybe one and a half movies, I guess you could say. I would have liked to see this version of Superman discover who he is and meet Lois, and Lois discover who he is, and him try on the Clark Kent identity and all that. But
Mhm.
it's not the worst thing ever. I'm okay with being in this universe established, but I would have liked to see an origin story for Superman.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I
But
guess
There's a
Hunter,
lot of
what did you?
stories for you.
Oh, sorry, you were gonna ask?
I was gonna say, but what did you think of the movie?
Yes. Yeah, you know.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, we
Absolute
knew.
cinema.
We fucking knew.
know,
We
I
knew.
know, I'm
We
predictable.
knew.
I thought it was
We knew.
incredible. I gave it 5 stars. Like I loved it. I came out of the theater dancing to the song. I went back and I saw it again the next day. I was smiling the whole time. I wasn't actually Harper. Why you
I just
I
just don't like
moonwalked
the
my
idea of
way.
you dancing was
I
just I didn't
moonwalked
like
out of
it.
the theater all the way to my house, and I live
Of course you
30
moonwalked.
minutes away. So
Wow.
that was
All
like
right.
three hours. My
God
calves
damn.
are so
Do you
sore.
actually live 30 minutes away from your theater?
The theater that I like, the good theater. I live technically
Oh,
30
across the
minute
street
walk or
from like
30-minute
one
drive?
theater. Drive.
damn.
What?
Yeah, I live next to a theater, but it's not very good. So I'll see
Oh,
like
Why
a
would you
movie
you
like
wanted
like
premium for Superman.
yeah, for Superman, I
uh,
gotta get that Ultra AVX, you know?
Yeah.
Like I gotta get the good quality and
Sudden
the leather
IMAX.
seats and
Yeah.
everything like that. The theater I live next to, I'll see if I'm seeing a movie by myself. That's not
Is
good.
that the gorilla one?
That is the gorilla one, yes.
Okay.
That's the one I live next to. It's scary in there, man. So I only go for horror movies there. But yeah, no, I love the movie so much. I feel like I'm the only one that like publicly explained my on the
Feelings
yeah,
show,
towards
because
it.
the
my
Yeah.
feelings
rest
to
of
it.
us were able to hold it in long enough for it. But you spew your thoughts out so
No, man, I
fucking
appreciated
quickly.
that. I appreciated
No, I didn't. I
the
didn't. I
first
wanted
message
us to
out. I
be.
loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But like we
cried three
knew it. We
times.
knew it, and I still wanted
Three
to like
times?
just in
Mhm.
case. Just in case.
Wow.
I cried when Paquin gave a speech. I cried when Lois said I love you, and I cried when the Rock of Barovia lost. I'm kidding.
The hammer of,
No,
Of
yeah, the hammer, yeah,
Baravia.
the
The
hammer.
hammer of
I
Baravia.
appreciated that. I
The
appreciate they
rock of
didn't waste
Barovia.
any time in being like, this is not an actual character. It's just Ultraman in
Yeah,
disguise.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Not
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
which
no,
we
God.
5 seconds.
all assume too.
Yeah.
I
What about
have
you,
built
Harper?
up. I think,
Josh.
unfortunately, I have fallen into the voice of the doubtful people. Like I've on
Yeah.
this podcast, I've become the champion of the people who are like, I think it looks fine, and like
Mm.
maybe it's gonna be shit, and I don't like
The
that because like
champion.
I know I don't like every
You have
time I
become their
say
champion. They
something.
comment your name, loving you
I
for it.
know they're like Harper, yeah, thanks for being the only critical one, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just saying what I think. Like
For
I'm not
being
trying
like
to like
not
cause a
hopeful.
movement.
Yeah.
Um, so like I feel like there's a lot like riding on me being the antithesis to Hunter,
Yeah, we're opposites here.
and telling you that like I hate it, which I did.
You
Wow,
hated
you guys
it?
went dead silent. Yeah, I really, I did not like it at all.
Really?
Really?
Like it's not like fucking hell. Wow, this has gone dead silent. I
Really?
like, yeah, like I wouldn't say like it's bottom tier like DC. I wouldn't say it's like I don't know. I was gonna say BVS, but it kind of feels like it's on like the same level as BVS for me, but just in different ways.
What?
But like I walked out of the theater, went like, oh, that was like a moderate train wreck.
What? Is it
Wait,
because
wait,
it's
wait,
not?
wait,
Wait.
wait, 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 wait. No, I didn't think that. I thought it was absolute cinema.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God. I was gonna say, is it because it's not Val Zod? But
I'm sorry to the doubtful people,
Because
but
it's not Valzad.
I walked out like how I expected Tyler to. I was just like, fuck, man, Superman's
oh, thank
Yeah,
cool,
God.
man.
Oh,
I
That's
didn't
cool as
believe what you
fuck.
said for a second there because I'm just like, but
I didn't
you
too, but
would
you
have
kept
had
going
that
on.
energy. You would have had that energy for it, even
You
Yeah,
just
like
kept
no.
yapping though.
subconsciously.
I was
Thank
just like,
God.
I walked out. I went, that wasn't a mess. Like, what were people talking about? I don't get it. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend. My girlfriend's like, yeah, no, I understood like this plot point and this and how
Yeah.
this tied together. And I was kind of expecting like, all right, well, like I'm gonna be the more comic booky person who's like expecting the
Okay, well,
weirdness and
listen, you
bracing
don't
for it.
even know anything about these
Yeah,
characters.
you don't even know
She doesn't even give her opinion. You're just like,
the
don't talk.
element man's name is actually
Yeah.
metamorpho. Like, yeah, no, but
Yeah,
like
that it
I
wasn't a hooker he was with. That was Sapphire. Fucking. I
What?
don't remember his
that's
name anyway.
that's
Stag. There we go.
exactly what I said. I
Yeah,
turned to her, that's not a hooker he
that's
was with, and she
Sapphire
went,
Stag.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, and like her reaction was pretty much the same as mine. It was just like, yeah, that was pretty clear. That was pretty fun. Like, look, I'll put it out there. I don't like it as much as fucking Hunter does.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a like good movie.
What
I
stars?
like
How would you
really
rate it?
enjoyed watching it. I also think that it is like I think I'm the more optimistic side of like Tyler's opinion, like because I have no stake in it as a character or in the universe, I was able to watch it and like see all the things Tyler was saying, but maybe come away from it more positive because I'm not invested in like this fucking matters to Superman and my life and the DCU and where's Batman and are they gonna cry? Like I don't actually give a shit.
The theme. It
But
sounds
like
like Batman's theme. Yeah.
yeah, oh, who knows? Like, so I just kind of watched it, and like, there are plenty of things that I was like, And there are plenty of things that I like. Dude, I was fighting back the tears at the end when they like fly up and they kiss, and then he's like, "Yeah, show me my family," and they're like, "It
Yeah.
suits him," and then they fucking
Oh my God.
no, no,
As the
dude.
Kents? Oh.
I fully maybe believe that Crypto is like the best character in a comic book movie ever. Sorry, Tony Stark, I don't give a shit.
You got the
Like,
dog, man.
I love that.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
like
buy the Superman hot toy and throw out the Superman, just have
just
the
for Crypto.
Krypton.
Yeah, no, 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 straight up. But
The
I
so
said
that's
my
great.
opinion to people who hadn't seen it when they asked me about it. I said like the movie is good enough that like it makes you realize why the people who like Superman. And I think that is important because
Mhm.
like I definitely had the moment of being like, yeah, like the costume is pretty cool and he is a cool dude and it is nice. And yeah, maybe being kind is the new punk rock and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I also liked that like there was some there are two major scenes with Lois and Clark, where they
Thank
have like
you.
a bit of an argument at the start and they sort of have a conversation making up later. Both of those scenes, they really let the character, like let the actors act. They let
Mhm.
like the scene stay. They let them argue and they let them like be flawed people like
Humans.
Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let them be flawed. I like that like Lois and Clark have this argument.
Allowance.
Lois and Clark have this argument, and then like later when Clark goes like, "What did you mean by that?" and she just goes, "I don't know." And I liked that better than her
Felt more
explaining
realistic,
like,
yeah.
"This is what I was got," because like sometimes you
Yeah.
just say things and then like the moment you say, you're like, "I didn't really mean like I'm saying that in the like the course of the argument or the course of the like conversation
Hmm.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
try and get a point across, even if it's not the right one, or like." Trying to dismiss what someone else is saying without really coming up with something to dismiss it
Yeah. It
with.
felt
I
very
like,
real like that.
yeah, I like that stuff a lot. I
Authentic.
also, like, on the flip side of that, I also wish that, like, Lois and Clark got way more to do with each other because I feel like their
Yeah,
relationship
they kind of
was
separated.
super underbaked. Like, their chemistry is really good, and yet, I was feeling it at the end, but also felt like there could have been way more of them. Not even, I don't know. You need Superman and her to be apart because you can't have her be around for Superman, punching a big dude in a metal costume and stuff like that. But like, just felt like they didn't get much to do. Like,
Yeah.
we're expected to jump in on a lot of stuff, and I think that one was the one that might have been the hardest for me, where I'm like, where is this relationship at? Like, I've seen some people be like, they're serious, but like they're getting more serious. I've seen some people go, oh, it's like a situationship that's turning serious. I didn't get that vibe. Like, I feel like these
Mhm.
people are like they're maybe because we know the end
Yeah,
game and
there's
it's
like a
Lois and Clark,
cultural
but
Hmm.
idea of these characters that
yeah, but
exists.
like them being like, we've been dating for 3 months. I was like, 3 months? Like maybe I wanted them to have more history together, or like
Mhm.
it feels like it's in a weird spot where like we're not seeing them get together and her finding out he's Superman and all of that drama.
Thank
We've skipped
God.
that, but we're also not further along enough where like I feel like these problems and these dynamics are like a thing that they'll just get over and they'll be like, I love you. Like Clark says
Yeah,
to her
yeah.
at one point, I love you, Lois. I should have told you that a long time ago. I was like, what long time ago, brother? Like you've
Yeah,
only
I
been
mean
It's
doing
been
it
this for
three
it
a bit.
months,
Like,
yeah.
it does make you
yeah.
wonder. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, well,
How
that
long has he
maybe
known her and
how long
actually
has he known
loved
her?
her?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah, I get
Superman
that.
relationship with Lois. Is he talking as Superman? Is he talking as Clark? Is he talking, you know what I mean?
Mm,
But I definitely felt that. I definitely felt the kind of like I felt this way about the Kents when I first watched it. When I saw the movie the first time and they play the montage at the end, to soothe him. And I do think that that
mm.
is correct. Like that is the
Yeah.
correct thing to do
It's a
for
good ending.
Superman, right? But I also kind of felt disconnected from it because I'm like, well, I don't really know how he interacts with these people, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
Martha.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
yeah, and I
barely interacts with her,
and I
yeah.
and I'm I am fine with the Kents being side characters because I don't need them to be there 24/7. They live completely different place, right? And I like them showing up when they need to show up. But the fact that the entire, I guess, emotional crux of Superman's journey is reliant on the fact that he really loves his parents and they loved him. I
Mm.
felt
Hmm.
like we probably needed more time with them together.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I think as bad as every line that John, not every line, but almost every line that Jonathan Kent says in Man of Steel,
They spent
you
a
feel
fucking lot of
you
screen
Yeah,
spend
time
a
yeah,
together.
lot of time with the Kents in Man of Steel, and that makes the
Yeah.
relationship really work.
And
Even
like believable, more believable.
yeah, like Clark visits his mom a lot as an adult. He's always going to her house, and then you
Yeah.
have the fight. You have the final conflict with Zod happens to be in Smallville, so Martha's involved. And even when Superman's on the news and everything, you cut to Martha reacting.
Yeah, in Batman v Superman, I actually there's a scene I
She
really
gets
like.
kidnapped and tortured.
Yeah, exactly. There's a scene I
yeah.
really like.
Martha, Martha, Martha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the mother of a demon must be a witch. And what
Oh my
what's the punishment for a witch? Death by
Death by
fire.
fire.
Fucking asshole.
It's
Who's gonna
insane.
light that old lady on
No.
fire with a flamethrower? Um, but I really like this scene, and I think it's in the the ultimate edition of
Thank you, thank
BVS.
you. I was about to
Um,
growl.
where he calls her up. You know, he's like, "How?"
It's a bit of
He's
growl.
like, "Mom, they're making fun of me on TV." Like you know what I mean? I really like that scene. I do kind of feel that they were very authentic with the Kents, at least in
Mhm.
terms of like their relevance to Superman's story. You know, in
Yeah,
Snyder's
absolutely.
version. But in this one, I felt like I don't know. I felt like I didn't spend enough time with them. I'm like, why?
You have the one scene, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I know that this is like this is the reason that Superman is the way he is, right? It's
Mhm.
because he had a loving family in Kansas, right? But I did kind of get this feeling of well, Jonathan and Martha aren't really doing anything here besides telling Superman he's got to go into the third act, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that was what I felt. And the second time around, I definitely bought into the emotion of it. I definitely bought into the music playing while they're spinning the camera and he's smiling at his where he's smiling at the fucking videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
I felt it that time, and there's a line I caught where I think it's Jonathan talking to Clark, and he says something like, this is the first time anyone's gonna ever see things through your eyes. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he says that.
man, yeah, like man, the
Yeah, that's
Kents, you know
good.
what I
That's
mean?
good.
And I really do like that, and I do think that that is the perfect place to end this movie. Clark smiling at his parents, his real
Mhm.
parents, but I also did get this sense that we didn't spend enough time with them. And somehow it is kind of the magic of James Gunn where you can say both of these things. You can say, I didn't spend enough time on that, but it did make me cry. So, like, what do
Mm.
I say about it?
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
cry. I cried the first time over Jonathan Kent's speech. I just want to say real quick, the second time I saw it with my dad, who loves Superman. He loves Man of Steel too. So as soon as the
Man of Steel
speech,
2? I didn't even know
yeah,
they
He
made that.
got
That's
Man of Steel.
crazy.
Wow. He's the luckiest man
yeah,
on earth.
he won't show anyone,
I'm
but
not sure that he is.
but when that scene was ending and Martha like called Clark and John inside after
Yeah.
Clark like put his arms on
Oh,
John, my
mush.
dad looked at me. I thought he'd be crying because he's pretty emotional, and he goes, "I don't buy him." He doesn't buy him
Yeah,
too.
I kind of agree. That speech was like fine.
Yeah,
It was like,
I
Yeah.
thought it was fine. I thought it was like a decent speech. It's something a dad would say in a
Dad would
movie.
say.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the
I'm
part where
proud of you.
they accuse Superman of having a harem of women, and then it never gets resolved, and then the
Yeah.
world just still loves him. I guess they're okay
Yeah.
with that one.
Well,
They're
it's
like,
just I
no,
guess he
that's fine.
proves his
He's come
character.
here to intergalactically breed and then rule over the planet, and most people saw that and just went, yeah, but he's pretty cool though. Like, it
Yeah, he's
just
good.
doesn't
I like his
really
He
get
is
motives.
pretty
resolved.
cool. He's pretty cool in the
Yeah,
end.
I think
I mean, look what happened with James Gunn in 2017, and we
True.
still look at that
Exactly.
today.
Look,
oh
you know,
oh my
Tyler.
god, he made a movie about how some bad evil person dug up his past and used it to cancel him, but actually he's stronger than that. He made a movie about that.
It's true.
He what the
And
Self-insert.
all of the critics are monkeys on computers.
yes. Wow.
tweeting super shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's because like this like it's Superman and it's
Yeah.
never been lost on me at any point that this is Superman, right? Like I get the stakes here. But
Really.
like I think we all went into it. We
Yeah.
all went into it like, oh, it's Superman. And it's a like upper middle tier comic book movie. And then reconciling with that, I think, is the thing that like Tyler has struggled with. I have like accepted and Hunter is in denial about. Like,
I don't think Hunter's in
like
denial. I think that there
I think
is
Hunter. No, I genuinely think Hunter loved it, but I also think this movie
I
is
did love
like
it, but I do think there's flaws, especially talking about it right now.
I also think there's like a lot of movies that are better, and a
I mean,
lot of
obviously,
movies
this
that are
Well, of
this
worse.
is
And I
course.
not
think
better
like
I'm
than
not saying this is the
this
best
is
movie
not better
ever.
than the Batman. This is not
Yeah,
better
agreed.
than
no,
Agreed.
I know I said it. You're gonna still hate me for it. I do think I like this more than Iron Man 1. I think
I
Iron
do
Man 1
too.
is fine. It's the same thing you have with A New Hope. I can't watch Iron Man 1 anymore, right?
ah
Um
ah
but
ah.
so I do think this is better, but yeah, this is not
Wrong opinion.
it's not even Guardians of the Galaxy,
Look it up. Look
right?
up what Iron Man has on Rotten Tomatoes. Pussy, go on.
But I love Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy was the movie that I saw where I realized like, oh, these guys making movies like they can actually be about something,
Mm.
right? Like I'm like that, and that was the first movie I ever told my mom that she needed to go like first Marvel movie. I was like, you got to see this now, right? And
I
like
think Guardians is better than this. Yeah.
yeah, I especially that first one, right? And it's gotten to the point where I have a Rocky Raccoon tattoo.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
like
The first one is my
yeah,
least favorite.
really,
It comes down
Yeah.
to the Power Stone scene where they're all holding hands in the music. That's like the
yeah.
best scene ever made.
We said you suck, bitch.
Yondu's funeral.
When he
Yeah, I
looks
mean
in
the
when he
only
sees his
yeah.
mom saying, "Peter, take my hand," and cuts to Gamora. Oh my God. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
no, that
the
is good. That is good. But also, Rocket talking to
It's
Lila,
not
like when he comes back to
time to
life.
make a
Make a
change.
change. Just
Select.
oh, like
Yeah.
like sorry, there is not a single scene in that first Guardians where like you can't top it with a scene from the sequels. And on that basis, they're better movies.
I think that that's maybe true.
I
No,
think
it
the
is
third
true.
Also,
one
I
I
think
still
that
think
might
I think
not
the
be
third
true
one
if
might
I
be
were
the best
watching
one.
Guardians of the Galaxy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's well, yeah, when you're watching a movie,
So,
there's like I get
um,
it.
but should we, you said you wanted to do this how,
Oh
where like
yeah.
you want to get into the characters, right? Character by character. Should we
Well,
do every character like that
No,
a
and we
poster?
wanted to do the good, the bad, and then the
Oh,
characters,
okay.
which we've done. We've done none of that. We've just spoken about the movie, which is
yeah, so let's
exactly
just
what I
talk about
fucking
just
said.
everything that we think is really good, that they did right with no complaints kind of thing.
All right. Well,
David Corn Sweat is
David
fucking unreal. I
Superman.
love him. Love him
Yes,
to
Yeah,
death.
yes.
No, I
Superman.
love him to death. And
I
I
you're
want to play
always right.
Superman forever.
yes, I want him to play Superman until he's
He
90,
dies.
right?
Yeah.
Till you're 90.
I wanted to
Yeah,
get the
because
gray
he
on the
essentially
sides and
it
like
was a
yeah.
weird thing watching the movie where I was like, "Oh, this is just Superman. This isn't even
Mm.
like I didn't feel like this was James Gunn's take on Superman. I felt like
No,
I was
I'll give you
watching
that. Yeah.
Superman on screen
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
as
just
James
that
Gunn of a
character."
movie, it is like Superman
Yeah.
did not feel like it's
Mhm.
James
It
Gunn's
felt
version of Superman.
real,
Yeah.
it felt authentic. He felt like a real person. There were layers to him. Like what I really loved about this version is that I was very afraid that they were going to overcompensate from Henry Cavill, right? That they were going to go, Henry Cavill's known as the dark, mopey, gritty Superman,
Mm,
that they were going
mm,
to completely other end. Superman's completely nice. Superman's completely perfect. He's nice to everybody, does whatever he can do, and he's like never messes up, right? And I think that
mm.
that's a version of Superman. And like the unfortunate part about Snyder's version is that there is something worth exploring there, right? There's something worth exploring with a darker Superman who doesn't know his place in the world and is very confused by what he's supposed to be and yada yada.
That works for
But
Man of
they
Steel, but sequels I feel like it
yeah,
doesn't.
but they did it poorly. And I don't even think it really works in Man of Steel. I think it works in theory,
Yeah,
but I don't
no,
think
it
it works in
doesn't.
that
He's
movie.
not a character, dude. He's not a
Yeah,
character
because I
in
felt
Man of
like
Steel.
the issue I had with Cavill Superman is that this idea of like, okay, well, what is it like if Superman was a real person? I felt like like, or not a real person, but was in the real world.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
a realistic take.
I never felt like he had enough agency as a character. Like he was never active
No, he
enough
does.
in the
No, he
story to
literally
like
like.
do anything to make me feel
Is there
anything.
a point in that entire franchise where Henry Cavill's Superman is more than just a guy in a suit? Like, I feel like he never, especially Man of Steel. I mean, he gets nothing. He might as well be played by AI in that first movie. He
I
does
know. I think that's
nothing.
more true of
Yes, no.
Batman v Superman, if anything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and that as
I
well.
think
But
it's a
like,
lot
like
better in Man of Steel.
I
no,
like
he's not. No,
Drifter
he's,
Clark. I don't
there's like
when he
fucking like 15 lines in Man of Steel.
Compared to
He's not a
in
character in that
BVS, he only
movie.
has 40 lines, like period,
yeah,
40 lines.
42.
He just
Yeah.
I
doesn't like
think
it doesn't do
I hate that
anything.
I know the exact amount of
Just
lines he has
punches.
in
Yeah.
BVS.
Oh,
No, but I
God.
think in Man of Steel, the issue I felt with his Superman was that I never got a sense of what he felt about everything. It was always
Mm.
everything happening to him. I never got a sense of like what Clark feels, what he believes in, and all that kind of stuff. And so I feel like that's why him killing Zod felt so empty, is because like I don't even know that this guy doesn't like killing. I don't have an
Mm.
idea of what this guy believes in at all. It's like everything's been thrown on top of him, but I don't know what kind of person he wants to be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And but with David Cornswet, I felt like they took all the elements of what would make this character real, right? All the elements that Henry Cavill does have, but also, just all the elements that regular Superman has. And I was just really happy that there are parts of this movie where Superman is not afraid to use his powers, and if he has to be scary to somebody, right? Or try
Mm.
to,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
There's scenes in this movie where Superman is not afraid to sit out of a situation. There's scenes in this movie where Superman is just like, oh my God, I think about that scene where the engineers got him like attached to his arm and he just twirls and uses her as like a weapon,
Yeah, that
and he
was
misses
awesome.
like 10 times and just smashes her into the ground. It's like a
Yeah.
goody two shoes, air quotes, Superman would not do that. He'd be like, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. But I love the idea that like, no, this is Superman. Like Superman
Mm.
when he was created did not care about any of that. Superman was brutal when he needed to be. And I really
You know, when
like
Batman was
that.
first created, he used guns, and
And he
that's
killed
actually just why
people.
it's
Yeah.
true to
He
the
kicked
source
that guy in the
material.
head and stabbed his
He
neck.
he did. He
Mm.
kicked that guy into acid the first time.
Hmm.
And
Um
have you read The Dark Knight Returns? He has a gun in
he
that, and he
shoots a
uses the
guy.
gun.
No,
And he
yeah.
says, "This gun is the tool of our friends, and we
Yeah.
love using guns." That's what he
And
says.
make friends with people that do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt like the idea that this was every version of Superman into one character, I really did feel that. Like I loved the part that I felt I love so much is where Lois is like, okay, you
Allowance.
talked to the president of Baravia. What did you do? And he's like, I just, I put him on a cactus. And they're like,
Torture.
and
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah,
oh, so
yeah.
torture. And he's like, come on, they're like, come
Nah,
on.
I
To
like
be
the
fair
part.
about that line when he goes like they're like this big, he doesn't know what that feels like.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah, yeah,
never
it's true.
will.
It's
But
true.
I love that guy's such an asshole that it's like, I don't care. And I don't
I like,
care if
yeah,
Superman does that to him, because
I like the part later where Lex is with him, and he's like, "You'd remember blah blah blah," and he's like, "I remember the smell of his piss out in the desert."
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just
He
like,
is
"Damn, dude."
lying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
it's like a Superman who isn't afraid to show that he is so powerful, but he's not doing it in a way that Henry Cavill did, where he feels like an alien, you know?
Mm.
And I just love that. I love the part that this is the Superman who is the fun, campy 50s, Silver Age Superman with all the robots and he could do anything and he can go anywhere. But I also love that this is the Siegel and Schuster champion of the oppressed. I'm always there for the little guy Superman.
Mhm.
And for me, it's like the fact that David Cornsweet is all those things is like, I mean, he is as good in this role as any of your peak comic book movie
Mm.
castings,
Mm. Mm.
and
So as
he's up
good as
there.
Henry Cavill Superman. Yeah.
He's as good as Henry Cavill as Superman. Yeah,
Maybe even more.
he might be better. He might
Yeah,
be better.
Maybe, really,
I
maybe the
going
dude
with
that actually got a character was somehow better than the dude who just looked cool. Who
I
would have
guess
thought?
sticking with that theme and the good side of this movie, there wasn't a casting that I was against. Everyone felt well casted. Jimmy
Everyone felt like their
Olsen, Lois
comic book
Lane,
character.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
they all
felt
felt
like
I
really
the
good.
perfect
Guy
rendition of who they were.
Gardner.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's got
yeah,
hypnoglass. Terrific. How do they work?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know he's Clark Kent. He didn't do any
God,
like his
Mr.
facial
Terrific, Mr.
expressions, but
Terrific might be the best character in the movie,
yeah,
dude.
he was cool.
I think
Stone cold.
he might be.
Yeah,
He might
Like
be.
he gets a lot of time to shine more than the other two Justice Gang members. So it's good to see that he gets that attention. And like I like him so much in this movie. I forgot that Arrowverse Mr. Terrific exists, and
yeah. You know what?
I can't
Yeah,
think of a single thing
I
that
was
Arrowverse Terrific
I,
did.
I was
yeah,
talking to my
yeah.
girlfriend today, and she was like, "Oh, I watched a video on Mr. Terrific. I thought he was like so cool." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Like you went out and you watched a video about this character?" Like, and she was telling me, she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard he was in the CW," and I went,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, he was in
yeah,
the
he
He
CW.
was.
was in
He was in
Arrow,
Arrow. I
yeah.
forgot he
Yeah,
was
dude.
For
gay. I forgot
Oh
about
yeah, he
that.
was. Yeah. He was in it for a while too. He
Yeah,
was like
he
a
was like the
main
major
character.
character. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
completely forgot.
I can't
Completely
remember a
forgot.
single thing he did.
I
Yeah,
think he
no, at
blew
all.
up Brandon Routh and turned him into the Atom on accident or something, didn't he?
Was that him? Was that Mr. Terrific?
I
He
feel like he did. Yeah, I feel like something happened
Maybe.
there.
I remember a
Look it
scene
up.
I
when
will never remember.
they're in the quiver and Stephen
Yeah.
Amell like Oliver, he's doing that workout where he's on the bar and he has to like
Yeah,
catch
and
it at the
yeah,
bar,
yeah.
and Mr.
Oh
Terrific's like
yeah.
staring at him at the desk like this, and then someone walks in and says his name, he like jumps and gets back to work. I remember that.
To be fair, that happened to me while I was
I did
watching
the
that
same
episode.
thing,
So,
and
yeah.
when they said Terrific's name, I also jumped.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
I get it. I get it.
good. What else
he
is
was cool.
good?
Well, yeah,
Movie,
every character
all the
was perfect.
marketing material looked like balls. Movie looked great.
Looked
Yeah,
great.
I
Looked
thought
really
I love
good.
the
the
kaiju scene a lot.
yeah, the flying in that kaiju scene. It's the scene where he's flying down, he's
All the
dodging
fire,
everything,
yeah.
and then it's just whoop, and he goes all the way up, and then he cannonballs down. That was
I
sick
l-
as fuck.
I love how the camera worked in all the fight scenes here. How it
Yes.
Yeah,
follows Superman.
Yeah.
It like turns
I
when they
could
come
have like
past.
genuinely, I could have used even way more of it too. Like,
Yeah.
I understand that there is a portion in this movie where we have to have Superman, locked away, and it's like the down before he comes back up and
Yeah.
rises again. But like that bit in the middle was feeling a little bit like Ewok Village and Return of the Jedi. I was like, fucking get to Superman, dude!
Really, I felt like
Yeah,
that wasn't as
I
long
liked
as I
it,
thought it would
yeah.
be him in there.
I felt it was long, man.
I felt
I
like he
was
wasn't in
like,
there for very long. It's like
Not
one
really.
scene.
it's definitely not one scene
It was
because
more than
like
one
he
scene, but
gets
it's like
locked in there. Then
yeah.
he asks like, like stop the kryptonite, I can get your son. And then Lex comes back and shoots the guy. And then it cuts back and then he's like,
Yeah.
I can make the son.
But
You're
this is
like,
all
what
still like under an hour is the thing. Like with this movie, you know what I mean?
well,
It's like
yeah, no, he wasn't in there for 4 hours.
no,
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 I
no.
understand.
Under an hour. I mean, like it's been less than an hour into the movie when he's already in there and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's
No, it's
I
just like
I
even if
guess
it's
maybe it
10
happened
minutes,
earlier
it
than I
felt
thought.
yeah, I was just like,
Yeah,
come on,
I thought that would be
yeah.
third act, I guess.
I did like every time the camera went close up on the symbol on his chest. It happened
Yeah.
3 times, I think. And the
Having a
music's
lot,
just
yeah.
playing so loud. Oh my. The part where he does the heat vision and spins around. Like,
Yeah,
come
that
on.
was dude,
Like, that
the
was
part
so good.
that got me was it's the part where he lifts off and after he punches the guy and he goes and there's like a million Lex guys on him and he just spins really
He does like a
Spins
fast.
around,
helicopter.
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
for me, that was a moment watching it where it went, I've never seen Superman do that before. I never thought of him doing that before. That is crazy,
Yeah.
because they're
Some of those
not
guys
doing
had to have died, right?
they're maybe. I mean, they showed them groggy, so no. But I
Yeah,
do
they
like
show.
that.
Yeah,
I do like again. I don't want people, Superman killing people, but I don't. I do like how he doesn't really care if he's hurt them because they're assholes. You know. But
I
it was. I'm very happy with how they did that in a sense where it's like, especially with the heat vision spin. They're not doing a slow mo super speed. They're not doing anything like that. He's just really fucking fast, right? And
Mhm.
he
yeah,
moves so fast that it looks stupid because it's
yeah.
just like he's just moving like instantly. But like
Yeah.
when it looked cool. It looked cool.
We talked
360
about this with
fucking
we talked
heat
about this
vision.
with Brave New World. Is the thing that I hated in the action scenes in that movie. It was using slow mo, showing like the shield like
Oh
woo,
yeah.
boosh, and hitting someone
Yeah.
because like high speed visceral impacts when that shield like dunk hits someone at full speed, you're like
Yeah.
oh,
When
and like
Steve
that's
Rogers used that shield, man. Oh my
yeah, that's what
god.
I like. You want to feel that impact.
When it was
I'm
Steve
gonna
Rogers with the shield.
Steve Rogers. Oh God. This movie, hot take. This movie is better than Brave New World.
Well,
Just
yeah,
putting
Brave
that
New
in.
World is a fake fucking movie. That's not a real
Yeah, that
movie.
is made
So
by AI, dude.
I don't think I've
yeah,
seen it.
You know what's a real like a super big positive? A super big positive for this movie. That is nothing to pretty much anyone else. When he goes into the Fortress of Solitude, into his ice castle, and number 4 starts talking, word number like 3, I was like, that's Alan Tudyk. I
yeah,
love Alan, and I was just
yeah.
enamored by the fact that his main robot was Alan Tudyk, and I was like, you're coming off of
So is
Andor, we just had
Gary.
him as K2SO, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's Alan Tudyk as a robot again. It's just shit like that. It
I
just made
think
me
number
so
three
happy.
is Palm, like
Yeah, one of them is
Mantis.
Palm Clement, Mantis,
Oh
and then one
no
of them is
Yeah.
way!
Rooker as well.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I not pick the Rooker one,
Yeah,
dude? That should
I
have
was saying
been
that too. I still haven't
abundantly
heard
clear.
Rooker. I mean, he's in the credits, but I'm like, I have not heard any of these robots
He
sound
should
like
have been he
Yeah.
should have been
Michael
Pa
Rooker.
Kent, but like if Merle was Pa Kent and he's just real bad, and it's
No,
just like,
don't
oh
do
no,
that. Don't do that.
no,
That's
no.
the Snyder podcast.
Pa, don't say that.
Yeah, Pa, come on. Mr. Terrific's a
Come on,
friend of
Pa.
mine. Uh,
Clark goes to visit his father, who's handcuffed to a roof,
yeah.
just dropping off water and food.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess sticking with some of the characters, I felt like you asked me when I saw the movie who I thought the best character besides Superman was, and
You
I
said
said it was
Jimmy.
Jimmy Olsen.
Oh
Um,
yeah, oh my God, dude.
yeah,
He's
I
so
didn't
what
expect him to have a
I
side plot,
laugh.
but
I
Yeah.
know.
the second they jump into a Jimmy Olsen side plot, I was like, I did feel this in the movie, even though I said I didn't walk out of it anyway. I did feel like the second they cut and it's Jimmy walking through the street and somehow it looks gorgeous as fuck.
Mm.
I was thinking like, oh, it's Jimmy Olsen side quest. This is the peak Superman movie. Obviously, this is the
Yeah.
best fucking Superman movie ever. If there's a Jimmy Olsen side quest in it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, I
When
love
he was
Jimmy
in the
Olsen.
Daily Planet and he like celebrated when Eve was like, I'll send you a theater. I laughed so fucking hard and the theater
Yeah.
was dead silent. And I did the thing where I went, and sort of sat back awkwardly, like I thought it was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He does
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. He does it a few times where, like, every single time when he takes so long to answer something
Yeah.
with, like, I forget her
How
name, like, says,
long? All
yeah,
weekend.
he goes,
All weekend?
oh,
Mm.
he just takes so long to answer.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's such an inconvenience for you, Jimmy. He's like, no, 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 no.
It's like, if I send you this, that means we have to hang out, and he just takes like a solid like 10 seconds to say anything.
Yeah. He's such
Yeah.
a that I love that about, I mean, that is a lore accurate Jimmy Olsen, is him
So good.
somehow so I think it's because he was like Archie Andrews or something in the 50s, like that's how
Yeah,
his
yeah,
character
yeah.
was archetyped. So he had to be like this somehow a ladies' man. It's like they're attracted to the fact that he's so like simple, right? But in this version, it's just Jimmy who's just like, I am a magnet to women and I have no idea why. But I can
Yeah.
use it.
Like,
But I can
yeah.
use it. And I love
Yeah.
that. I love that so much.
Los
He
even says
was
like, "How do you do it?"
he was endlessly entertaining. It's just
Mm.
like, Jimmy Olsen's one of those characters that we have not seen in any position of prominence, like literally ever. It's like he's in
Mm.
the Donner movies. He's in well, I guess the Donner made one. He's in the Christopher Reeve movies. He's in Superman Returns.
He's in
He's in the
returns.
TV
Yeah,
shows. He's even in
he's in
Supergirl
BVS.
as a main character, the show. He is in
Oh
BVS for
yeah,
a second.
he's
James
vigil. Is he
Olsen.
vigilante in Supergirl?
Maybe. I have no
He
idea.
becomes
I don't
a
know.
guardian. He's guardian. That's his
Oh,
name.
Guardian.
you're
Yeah,
Yeah.
so right. He is too.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
But I
Oh,
So
yeah.
never
weird.
I never felt
Yeah,
like
and
any of
he's
those
he's in love with Supergirl too.
yes.
Mm.
I never felt like any of
God.
those at all even tried to be like a comic book version of Jimmy Olsen. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that he never, and it's, I mean, this is true of this movie as well, but he never interacts with Superman or anything.
Mm.
Um, but I felt like this version of Jimmy really stood on his own as like a key part of why Superman as a character, as a story, as a mythos works. It's like he has so many interesting characters. There he is, right there, Guardian.
I remember this
Holy
Um,
image so
shit.
well
Oh, I
when they
remember that
released
yeah,
it.
image
that
so
just
well
that
as
just brought something
well,
back.
dude.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about Guardian as a character at all. Yeah,
yeah,
Didn't he have
not
Jimmy
Jimmy
like
Olsen in the
police
Olsen.
lights
comics.
on his riot shield or something? Didn't it like
Great,
have lights on it? Yeah,
great.
or
That
some
sounds
shit.
great.
Yeah.
Um, but I just like the Jimmy and it's all of the Daily Planet characters by extension feel so real in a sense. They feel so like believable and that they have relationships with each other and that Clark knows them and has relationships with, like it's just the idea that like we're going back to this era, air quotes, no, we're not really, but that non-powered side characters matter. And they don't just matter to the plot, they matter to like make you feel something for this universe and this world and this story.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of those Raimi things, where Raimi's like the Daily Bugle characters, everyone's got to have a line, everyone's got to be fun.
yeah.
Dickovich and the woman and
Uh,
Dickovich's daughter and everyone else that they know is a character that you remember. And they don't have
mhm.
any time to spend. We don't know anything about them, but you remember them and they're there, and that adds to this world, right?
It's
Yeah,
crazy that my
Love that.
mind has melded these together. Guardian, this does not matter at all. He doesn't have lights on his shield, but in that photo, Hunter, I remembered it so well. There is red and blue lights on the side of the
yeah.
photo. And
Yeah.
in my mind, I've combined that into like, yeah, he has police lights on his
He's got a
shield.
police light riot shield, right?
Yeah.
God, so
You
weird.
know, do you guys remember the movie Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
A
do.
lot of people love Logan. I don't love Logan as much as a
Yeah, I
lot of
think
people. And
Logan's
there is,
pretty good, but
I like
yeah,
I
Logan.
think Logan's
it's
pretty good.
it's not the best comic book movie. I saw someone make it number one the other day of comic book movies, and Not
It's
true.
pretty good though. It's
I
not bad.
I
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
brilliant. It's good.
I think I like Superman more than Logan.
I
Sorry,
think
but
Superman is.
anyway,
Same.
I also
I
like
agree.
Superman more than Logan.
anyway,
Yeah.
there is a point in that movie where they do a reveal and they have Clongan, as me and my friends have called him for a long time. They have
Mhm.
Clone Logan show up, and it sinks that movie so fucking hard for me. I don't like it at all. Every time I've
Clones are
seen that movie, I've seen that
stupid.
movie, I just straight up
How could they
so
make
bad.
it doesn't even make any sense.
But like, it's just such a distracting, stupid element to an otherwise like maybe really good
Really?
movie,
That's your
and
issue with that?
it's pretty dumb.
Why are we talking
Like,
about Logan?
But it makes sense though,
because this
no?
movie does a clone gun,
Yeah.
Yes,
and
it does.
they do
Clone L?
nothing with it. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
doesn't matter.
really
I mean,
nothing. Like, it
I think
was.
we all
I,
know what they're gonna
we
do with
know
it.
where it's going to go, Hunty. I saw
Yeah.
someone like today go, "Oh, so you people hate when he killed Zod in Man of Steel, but not when he
Yo,
killed Ultraman." He's not dead. He's obviously not dead. I get
yeah,
it. But like, it's such a non-reveal, and that's the point of it. And then it's just someone for him to fight, and then it's
yeah.
just like he's gone and it's done.
It's
And
just
I
to
was
be,
like,
yeah,
it
yeah,
felt like an afterthought. It really felt like a we need someone for him to punch, and Lex Luthor's not
I
putting on a
agree.
power
I didn't
suit.
like him. I think they should have just, I
So,
mean, I think we all
and
know
he
that he's gonna
looked
become
dumb. The hair
Bizarro.
looked bad. Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
So I think it would have been better if he was just Bizarro here.
yeah. I think
Is that one
I
step too far for the audience if he's just like
Just be like, oh
dumb,
yeah, we
lovable,
were we
and
were doing these codes
efficient?
like 1A CW CW
CW,
C3.
whoa.
He gets like a leather suit.
yeah.
But what if he broke when they're doing that, where they kept going like B0, B0, and he's like B0, B0, B0,
No,
Bizarro, Bizarro.
Bro, whoa. Oh, hold the door. Hold the
oh
door.
Yeah.
no,
Hold the
that's pretty good.
door.
I felt
Yeah.
like
B0,
it's obviously
B0.
there to show
That's
how
amazing.
deranged Lex is and how he's a hypocrite because he's like, "You're so dangerous. No one can have your power except for me." Right? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but I want to respond to that. Oh, nobody cared when he killed Zod. And I just want to say, clones aren't people. Like, what are we talking about? You
Here we
can
go.
kill a clone. I don't care what anybody says. You can kill a clone. They've made so many Spider-Man clones. I hate them all. They're not people. Everyone that's a fan of Kane, Parker, and Ben Riley, they're not people. They
Did
were
you like
born in a
Ultimate
tube,
Peter
right?
Parker's
Clark,
clone?
Superman is allowed to kill a fake version of him. That is not a real guy, right? If he had
Mhm.
lasered him in half, I would have been okay with it. That's not a real person. And either way, again, he did not kill him. He's just in that black hole now. You know,
He
it's
was
like I don't
more
get what you
machine, if anything, too. He
No, he
doesn't have
wasn't. He
any
was a clone. No,
dialogue.
Hunter,
and it's
Hunter. No,
But like, I mean,
I know
like
you want to dick ride Tyler
personality
right
wise,
now, but I think
personality
all of that
wise,
is wrong as fuck. Dude, what are you talking about?
personality wise,
That's
like, he doesn't say any
crazy.
lines. He has no lines of dialogue, and he just
Yeah,
works like a
doesn't like
machine.
that's crazy though. Like
yeah,
that
he's
is
kind of a
crazy.
robot for
Herbert,
Lex.
if you saw someone on the streets that looked like you and he doesn't speak, you gonna let him live?
Yes, I'm gonna. Yeah, Hunter, I probably would.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's
But even Superman,
crazy.
we had this conversation a little bit ago, Harper, where we maybe we were talking about Godzilla or something. Like we were like, would Superman kill Godzilla? And I said, I don't think he would. And in
This
this
movie
Yeah.
kind of
movie,
confirms
he
he wouldn't.
tells the Justice Gang, don't kill the monster, right? And then they kill the monster, and he goes, I was hoping we could put it in a zoo, or I was hoping that we could just euthanize it, like at least in a better way. And for me,
Yeah.
it's like it's the same thing with Ultraman. It's like this isn't it's not a human, it's not a thing.
I
It's a
don't think
fucking
Superman would believe that, dude. I'm
I
sorry.
think
I
Superman.
don't buy
I
it.
think he could believe that. I'm fine with
Nah,
Superman
nah,
not thinking that a
nah,
clone is not a person because
nah,
it's not.
nah,
It's
nah,
not.
nah.
It's like a
I think that's,
robot. Robots aren't people. You wouldn't feel bad about killing a robot. Superman might.
I,
He's better than me,
yeah.
but but
Nah,
Superman
I don't know,
mostly
man.
fights
I don't
robots.
know. Like it's
if
an
Batman can kill
unfortunate
parademons,
it's an unfortunate predicament for sure. But like I like it's crazy to be like, nah, it's the same as a
When
robot.
it's
Superman
not
puts
a
his arms out
person.
and Ultraman hits the bus, did you be like
No,
against your
I
mouth?
because I
wouldn't
don't
do that.
Hunter, you don't understand. I don't fucking care about Superman. He could have
It's
snapped Lex's neck in this movie, and I
That's
still would
awesome.
have given it the same score. I
Yeah,
still would have been like, pretty good movie. That was fine. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
I'll watch it again someday, maybe. But like in terms of this argument, I don't think he would look at Ultraman and go, That's my clone. That's not a real thing. I'm gonna fucking murder
I
it.
get
I
to
don't think
kill
he
it.
would.
No, but
I think
I
it's an
like him not being
unfortunate fact
bothered
of
by it.
reality that like I don't think Superman is even gonna kill someone who's like created from magic. I think other characters would, but like
No, but
I
I
think
think
he
if
would view
Ultraman
them and
was
be like,
more sentient, I think if Ultraman was like, speaking
Help
Shakespeare and
me.
like speaking at
he
all.
like he could. Like we don't
Bizarro.
know that he won't.
Yeah, but I don't get it's a clone. I don't get it. I don't think it matters. I think it's like
Bro
also
did not
comparing it to
watch the
Zod.
Clone Wars. He doesn't understand Fives and
Dude,
Echo and
I
Rex
don't
and
like the
Cody.
clones. I don't think that they're like they can cosplay as different people. They're all the same fucking
Well, they
guy.
are the same person, but I also
Yeah.
think they are a person, and they're also
But they're
all
also
better
they
than
also have
Jango Fett
chips in their head
anyway.
that can control what they do. They're not
Everyone
people.
has chips in their head. Elon Musk gave them to us.
In Australia?
Tyler, do you like this Superman cover?
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
sorry. Oh, sorry. No,
It's
wait. Sorry,
Red
that's a Red Hood
Hood
cover.
with a
That's a Red
gun
Hood cover.
to
Sorry.
Bizarro.
That's
I
crazy.
forgot that's Red Hood. I thought that was Superman for a
Yeah.
second.
Oh my god, that's what is that like fucking what is that? Mice and Men?
Yeah.
Tyler, question.
That's fucked up. Actually,
What are your thoughts on like modern day Tony Stark in comics?
I think he's cool. What about it?
He's a clone. He's not real then.
Eh, But
He's a
okay, all right.
completely redesigned of his own
Sure.
genetic
Sure,
code
yes.
clone.
But he
Technically.
still has the
He's
memories of Tony Stark. I mean, you know what? I guess
we don't know that he
listen,
like look,
listen.
I'll grant this to you. He's less of a clone than Bizarro is a clone.
Yes.
Bizarro is a literal like we've copied you. Modern day Tony Stark is most of the same body,
It just
reprogrammed mind, and then healed with his own shit. But
yeah,
still,
it just boils down to the fact that I think Peter Parker should be allowed to kill his clones.
yeah, because you don't like Ben Riley. That's what
Yeah,
it
and
comes
you know
down
what
to.
that
That's what it
means.
comes
Yeah,
down
no,
to.
but you know what? I'm not afraid to say my biases, man. If Peter Parker killed his clones, we'd be in a much better place. And so I'm happy Superman did it because at least he got to kill a fucking clone of himself, and I got to see that. I got to live through that vicariously.
I
Um,
don't think but he's not dead though.
but he's not dead, and sure. But anyway, comparing him to Zod is crazy because Zod was a guy. Zod was a guy who
Zod was
Oh,
a
lived his
guy.
life.
look, I agree, but I also agree on the basis that I don't think he killed him anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
so
there's two
like,
options,
there's no
right?
argument.
There's two options. There's the option that he gets sent into Bizarro World, which I think I would really love,
I
and he
think
becomes
that's what they're
Bizarro,
doing. Yeah,
or he
that's
gets
probably
sent
what
to
they're
Earth
doing.
3 and he becomes smart and he becomes
I
actual
don't like
Ultraman.
that. Yeah, I don't like that.
Really? You don't like that one? Why not?
I would rather Ultraman be Ultraman, not a clone that becomes smart.
Yeah, but he
Like
looks like Superman. You can do whatever you want.
they could do that, yes, but
You
I
can do
rather the
whatever you
Bizarro
want.
path. I rather the Bizarro path.
Yeah, I think I as well would rather the Bizarro path. I mean, I was not convinced that he wasn't already Bizarro going into this movie. I thought they could have done. I thought that the pocket dimension could have turned out to be Bizarro World, and that's where he found Bizarro and
Yeah,
turned him into
yeah, that'd
Ultraman.
be cool. Yeah, good idea.
Um,
It is basically the negative zone. That's what it's gonna become,
yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
something weird. I don't really get it. Doesn't
They don't
matter. It's
really
got a
give it
bunch of
a
cubes and
name.
shit. Which
Minecraft, yeah. It's like
Bizarro
the
World
end.
is a cube. It's like the end in
Oh
Minecraft.
yeah, it is a cube.
Or
Yeah,
it's like
that's
the
right.
Nether. There's a anti-proton
The
lava, yeah,
Nether.
river or
Sorry.
something. But yeah, I
I
think
thought
Superman
the
gets to kill that clone.
scenes in that pocket dimension were so good. The action in that with the
The
black
like,
hole and like just
Yeah.
crypto and
yeah, that was
God,
cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific watching the whole thing. I love Terrific's reaction when he sees crypto. There's a
Yeah,
talking dog.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
crypto like
Flying
tilts his
dog. It
head
was.
and
Flying
goes,
dog,
It
yeah.
was a
Talking dog.
talking dog. That would be crazy if it was a
Yeah.
talking dog too.
Damn.
"It's a flying dog." But then crypto tilts his head over the sphere. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I liked. I mean, I don't know if I liked it, but the idea that Lex is such a monster that he's opened up a rift in reality so he could send
Yeah.
people he doesn't like into the nether. It's like he sends he's like, oh, nothing wrong, nothing worse than a jilted ex-lover. And it's like, well, dude, you just locked her up. Like you're the guy you're talking about, obviously.
Yeah.
Journalists and whatnot. He says that countries will rent it out or he
Yeah.
will rent it out to
To put
countries and they will buy. That's crazy as fuck,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
I do like all that. I think it's super interesting. I like the monkeys with the typewriter and with the keyboards tweeting out.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, those are my farm of monkeys here to farm outrage or whatever. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you, James Gunn,
It's
thank you
funny
for
on a
that.
second watch when they have like the meeting, Lex and like General Flag and everyone.
Yeah,
They're just like, oh, but Superman's popular. Lex goes, well, according to online, he's getting less popular every day. It's like, bro,
yeah,
that's your monkeys.
yeah. You're
Like,
making your
Yeah, yeah,
monkeys do
yeah.
that, you piece of shit, man.
I thought Nicholas Hoult was excellent as Lex. I also
Yeah,
feel like they did not develop that character, I think, enough. With the
I
amount of
guess
screen time that they had, they really like I feel that speech Superman gives at
certified
the end, I
hater.
think is great.
yeah.
Um,
Then gets
I
cut.
don't think it lands nearly as much as it could because we didn't get enough of like I don't need spoon fed to me why Lex doesn't like him. He makes his points at the end about all like the great people in throughout history and like
Yeah.
how his name, I guess, should be
My
up there and how
envy
Superman
is
is.
a gift. It is the
Yeah,
sole hope for humanity. It is what has
yeah,
led me to annihilating you.
yeah,
Woody,
and like
Woody,
we
Woody,
we get
Woody.
it. Like we get that like he hates him because Superman shows up from
Because he
another
wishes he was
planet and
Superman.
is Superman and is like everyone's like what Superman and he's like I don't like that. I get
He's like,
it.
but I'm
I just
rich.
feel like
Yeah.
we just don't get like Lex really. This is gonna sound like a real bad criticism. Lex in this movie feels very much like a one-dimensional comic book villain, and I get that that's probably what they're going for, but he feels very one-dimensional.
And let's just with that, let's just go to the bad.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
sure.
The
I
movie's
well,
great, good, bad.
but Lex, I think I
Is
kind of know
that
what you mean. It's not that he doesn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't think we've unraveled any of his layers yet. I think that and
not
I hope we
at
do.
all? Yeah,
I really hope we
yeah.
do. But I think that yeah, he is very like he's got one goal. His goal is to kill Superman. He will engineer anything to do that, and he doesn't care
Mm.
about anything else or anyone in his way. He wants
I
to kill
think he
Superman.
also does a really horrendous job of if that's his goal. He
Doing
has
it
like so many opportunities to
to
do
kill
it, and he
Superman.
fucks it up every time and never fully does it. You
Yeah.
had him in prison with a guy. Take your revolver and shoot him in the head,
Well,
then.
what
If
was
that's
he?
your
Why was
ultimate
he in there?
goal,
What was he asking Superman? I forget.
Why the
yeah,
guy who
good
gets
question.
shot was?
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah,
Who
why?
was he
What?
asking Superman when he was doing the Russian roulette?
Oh, the first question was who sent you and why? Like, are
Okay.
you here to destroy us? And then the second
Well,
question,
he knows that already because his parents said it.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. I think he was just doing it anyways. The second question, I can't remember. Yeah,
I think he just wanted to shoot that guy, but like
he
shoot
did.
Superman if that's the dude you want to kill. Like
I wonder.
Well,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said he can't kill him yet. He said that I would kill you now if I could, but the government has questions.
but he sent he spent
Oh
like
yes, right.
500
The
billion to
government.
Israel to invent like a scenario where he can kill Superman and then it
Yeah,
goes no.
the super. I think. Yeah, I guess it was that he's hired by the government, and he's like, they want me to ask you a few questions. And if I had the choice, I would kill you right now. But if
Yeah, he
I
does say
do,
that.
they're probably gonna like arrest me or something.
Yeah,
So
he says that.
yeah, all right,
Yeah,
fair, I
I don't
guess.
believe that for a fucking second.
I don't believe that if
Because he's
Lex.
got his own Superman. He could just send
Yeah,
that Superman out there and be like, oh, Superman's still out there. Like,
yeah, I
but he's got his
believe that
own.
Lex in like let's say comic book Lex in that situation would probably like this is pun intended, I guess, bite the bullet and kill Superman there and take the repercussions of it, go to jail for it. I think
Yeah.
he would do that. I guess, yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree. But also I don't know that I really do find that a criticism for me at least. But more so just about Lex where I really do like, and this is the one dimensional of it. He's so good at being garbage. I love how he just treats everyone like shit. You know,
Yeah.
there's the scene where he's just, I mean, I love the angle where he's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he pushes over the mug with the pencils in
Pick
it.
that up.
And they
And then
pick
he
it up and he
does it
pushes it
again.
over again.
Exactly. He's yelling at the engineer because she's like
And he like
growing a
throws one of the
conscience.
pencils at Eve and she's
Yeah,
like,
that's where it's
she's
like,
like,
oh,
dude,
he's a silly asshole, and then he throws it at Eve, and you're like, oh,
he's just a
he's a
dickhead.
piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like, there's a line where he's like, they chose him, let them die. It's like he doesn't care about
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
is right in his head, and he doesn't care who thinks he's wrong, and because they're wrong, they deserve to die.
Mhm.
He is just evil. And I think that speech that Superman gives, where he's like, you've always been wrong about me. I cry, I give up, I skin my knee, and I don't know math, but I am a good guy.
All of that is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah,
I skipped
yeah,
my knee
right.
and I don't know math.
That's what he says, right? Yeah. But he's like, but that is being human. And he
Yeah.
says, and that's my greatest gift. And one day, for the sake of humanity, Lex, I hope you find out that that's yours too. And I love that. I love
That's a good
Superman being
speech, yeah.
like,
Mm.
there's a my probably my favorite line in All Star Superman is it's in the last issue where Lex has got the powers of Superman and Lex
Shoot the
sees everything that
particles.
he sees and he goes, "Oh my god, like this is how you see the world. No wonder you are so good. You see everyone suffering, right?" And Lex can't handle it. And Lex says when Lex loses his powers, he says something along the lines of like, "Man, I could have saved the world if you had let me, if you'd given me more time." And then Superman punches him and says, "You could have saved the world years ago if it mattered to you, Luthor." It's like
Mhm.
you could have, with your intellect, with your genius, you could do anything. You split a hole in reality. You could save the world, but you
Mm.
don't care about that. You are acting like you do. All you care about is killing me, man. And I like that. That's we have not really
Mhm.
gotten into the layers of it yet, but I really do like that. I think I really did like that he was kind of one dimensional because
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I get it from that sense, but it
yeah,
also makes for like him as
it's a
a
harder
character. I'm
character
like,
to invest in. Yeah,
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 but I
like
definitely want to see him more.
I
I
think
have
they can do more stuff with him. It just feels like, yeah, like for this movie, this is kind of what I mean. This movie is good. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time watching it.
Yeah,
I also don't like it's not deep, it's not complex, it's
no,
not
it's
like
not.
it's not getting into any
There's good
character stuff
themes
on
and
any deep
stuff,
level.
but
Like
yeah,
pretty much all the characters in this movie start and end at the exact same point. There are arcs in the sense of doing things, but not
yeah.
like emotional arcs, not really. Like
I think the only emotional arc is Lois
yes,
in a way as
in
well.
a way,
mhm.
yeah. No, it's more just like I was gonna dump you, but actually, I love you, you're Superman. You saved
And
the
you're a
world,
good guy. Yeah, I see.
and that's
And
yeah,
you
like
listen to
and
the Mighty Crab Joys. Cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And like genuinely, like you guys said before, I cried at that scene where, well, like I started tearing up where like they go up and they kiss and stuff, but
Yeah, yeah.
like when you think it, like it falls apart a little bit when you think about it for more than 10 seconds and you go like, but they've been together for like 3 months. Like it just like
Yeah.
feels like it
But
should. You're like, it just doesn't.
watching it the second time, it definitely their relationship started to make more sense to me. It's like the whole she doesn't. I think you get the sense, at least I got the sense that Lois
Lois.
doesn't believe that he is as good as he says, right? She doesn't believe that he is because she doesn't believe that that is possible, right? And the
Yeah.
more questions she asks him, the more confused she is by how he's so simple.
You think
She's like, this is a complex
everyone is
world.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, this is a complex world with complex consequences to everything you do. And you're treating it like it's so easy. You're treating it like
Yeah.
nothing matters. You just have to save people. And I think she questions herself because she's like, I mean, that is important. I don't know why I don't think that as well, but
Yeah.
and I think it's the conversation they have, that second conversation they have where he's going to go give himself up. And she says that I'm the whole punk rock kid, and he's like, I'm punk rock. I listen to
I'm
the Mighty
punk rock.
Crab Joys. I
Yeah.
do love that where she's like, they suck, and he goes, well, a lot
Some
of
people
people say
like
that.
him.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
people say
yeah,
they like
yeah.
him. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
That
but
you see as a poster in his room.
yeah,
You
but
feel
it's
like
the
Lois's guilt when she sees it, like, oh.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's so funny. Just like, well, some people like him.
yeah. Some people really
Like
like
he's not going to argue the point from his own perspective. It's like, well, I've heard a lot of people actually like
Yeah,
him
I've heard
though.
actually that people do like the Mighty Crab Toys. But I like she realizes when he says that, maybe that's the new punk rock.
That's
She
the message of the
realizes,
movie.
yeah, that is the message of the movie. I like that she realizes in that moment, it's the hug that she gives him, and he lifts her up and they hold each
Mm.
other, and that's when he says, I love you. That's where she realizes, like, man, he really is like this simple. Like it really is
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
easy for
yeah.
him. And that's the moment where she starts to feel like inspired by him. That's why she goes out, asks the Justice Gang to help her and yada yada. And she's mad at them because they won't help Superman.
Because they
But
suck. They
And
do
that's a
suck.
because they
bad
They
suck.
thing?
all suck.
But it was kind of quick, quick
Mm.
and like you said, it's not really explored in depth. And it's there, but it's not explored in depth. And I think that is why Lois is the only, you could say, emotional arc of the story.
Mm.
I guess
I'm gonna
maybe, I
get
mean,
some.
I don't know. It's weird. Superman is. the character is kind of weird in this movie in that
It's
way.
and it is like it is a strange movie, not because it's confusing or like there's too much and it's overstuffed. It is just like that. Like there's a lot of things that when you think about it, you kind of like you were saying before, after you saw it, you thought like that's so cool, that was so awesome. I think they're almost in equal measure of the things you think about and you go, that was amazing, and also that was kind of weird, or they didn't really do anything with that. Like
Mhm.
for every like, wow, that part where he spun around in a circle, there's like the so his parents were like murderers,
Well,
and
yeah,
also
okay, let's get into that.
and Lex accuses him of having a a harem of
Well,
women. Like
I just want to say real quick because I have three things that were bad about this movie, just like nitpicks and anything. But Lex was one of them. I felt that he was too evil, maybe to the point that he doesn't feel like there's any redemption to him. Because in so many Superman
it'll be a
stories,
rough sell.
yeah, so many
not only
Superman
did he
stories, he helps the heroes.
But like, not only did he shoot that guy in the head, but like Eve was afraid to leave the relationship on like the basis that she would
Yeah,
get
and he's
locked
like,
up in an interdimensional prison. And I'm like, dude, that's real dark
yeah.
stuff.
That's
That's
yeah.
If
dark.
they
I mean,
ever
there's
want
just
to do a
this,
story in the future where Lex helps the heroes, you're just gonna always remember, oh,
but
but you shot that guy for
I
helping
don't think they
Superman
need to
up.
Yeah, or
do
you're gonna be
that
like,
though.
yeah,
I think they
I
yeah.
would
just need
like to
to.
see that though.
I don't know. I don't know if I would like to see that.
You
I
just want this
would
guy to
like,
be an evil guy the whole time? Like,
yeah, why not? I think Lex could stay the main villain of this entire. If they make more, if this works, I
he's
don't
the
know if it
dark
will,
side.
but if it, yeah, why not? I mean, Lex is.
Because Wonder Woman will punch him through the
Yeah, but
face.
Superman could do that too. It's not really about that though. Lex
No,
is.
Wonder Woman would cut his head off and then hold
That's
it
true,
up
and
for a
hold it.
photo.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I don't
I
know
don't know.
how she
I
would hold it
think
up like this. He's bald, but
what
still.
It's
I
like a
love,
basketball.
But
what I
like
love
a,
about Lex Luthor is what I hate about Lex is that he is so driven and so dedicated and so smart. Like he is the smartest person in the world, regardless of the fact that he's evil and too stupid to see past his own ego.
I don't
He
know. I'm pretty
actually,
smart.
no man, I don't know. Have you opened any dimensional portals?
He did that one time, remember?
Well, I did do that one time.
Oh
Remember when the Kangs
shit.
came and got me?
Oh
That's
yeah, I do
exactly what
remember
that
that. I
was.
forgot.
That was what that
But
was.
that Lex is so smart.
If any
And
listeners understand that reference, please just like comment on the YouTube.
yeah,
That's a good moment of a hero story
Yeah, that was
podcast.
pretty
yeah.
good.
When the
Hashtag
Council
Council
of
of Kangs.
Kangs took Harper. That's not even, we're not even joking
Comment
there. That
hashtag
happened.
Council of Kangs, please. Now,
There you go.
That
on our
actually
Superman
happened.
review. Oh my
But I think
God.
that Lex, what I, it's just that he's so driven. He's so driven by his hate and his envy, as he says, that he can get away with anything, right? He can be sent to jail in like in the comics, right? He's Lex Luthor, the evil Lex Luthor, and he gets killed and puts himself into an
Oh,
Australian clone of him and all this
yeah.
evil. All I mean,
A
again,
fate worse than
evil
death.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Being a fucking clone. And
I was
then
gonna say Australian, but sure, yeah.
yeah, redhead as well.
Yeah.
Um,
What? Oh
yeah,
God.
but he can do all that in the public eye where they, here we go, where they know he's a bad person, and then he can still become president, right? Like
Yeah.
that's in the comics.
Not
Like
to
just
make commentary on
no,
anything,
make the commentary. I don't give a shit, right?
but also,
They based post crisis Lex on
hey,
Trump.
did
I
you
don't
know there
care.
wasn't even a client list? Crazy. I really thought. Who would have
There's
thought?
a there's a panel
There he is.
getting taken away by the Kangs. Yeah,
It's just both of you
so
like,
stupid.
what happened? Where did he go?
Where'd he go? Um, I mean, listen, there's a part in this movie where you see Lois's screen and she has Lex's book up, and it's just the art of the deal. It's just the art of the deal.
Yeah,
No
that's
way. I
right.
did
Yeah.
not
Um,
notice that at
yeah.
all. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I
But
noticed that my second
just
watch.
that Lex, I think I would prefer him to stay evil. I don't need Lex to be redeemed. I especially don't want to see a character like that get
Man, both
redeemed.
of those shots are good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Make
Um,
mine Marvel, I say.
yeah, I agree. But yeah, I don't need Lex to be redeemed. I just want to get more into. I think you could dangle the idea that he could be redeemed, and then like the Penguin, just squash it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That'd be cool.
Oh, it still
Yeah.
pisses me off,
I
man.
mean,
He
they
kills a
listen.
guy named Victor.
They sent him to Belle Reve. Oh God, I hope he doesn't kill the cool Victor that I like, the one that says "Booyah."
Yeah, I mean that's what the Penguin did. Remember the
Yeah,
people
it's true.
showing me that actor was signed for
Yeah, because it
parts.
was Vic. But yeah, I think they sent him to Belle Reve So James Gunn keeps talking about how there's going to be a big major cameo. Oh my god, you look like a squirrel there.
It's like
Yeah.
analog horror stuff,
I love that
dude.
Superman saved the squirrel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that too, man.
Um,
Oh, they
but I
oh yeah,
think that
good stuff.
I mean he might be in Peacemaker. They said there's a huge
Lex?
can. He says there's a big cameo in Peacemaker. James Gunn,
No
like a
way, that would
major
be cool.
cameo. They're
I would
sending
love to
Isabel
get a
Reeve.
second Superman appearance so just to be like, there he that's the guy. Like he's the
Yeah, I
Superman.
mean
Yeah.
Peacemaker was in this. They got to trade
Oh,
David
do you
Corn
mean
Sweats.
Lex?
Oh
No,
yeah, Peacemaker was in this,
I
yeah.
did mean Lex, but I also think that Superman could end up in Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Why
that'd be
was
cool.
okay in the context of like not just the joke, just the movie? Why was Peacemaker on a talk show?
I don't
Isn't he?
know.
Is he
But
not go on talk
On
shows
my
in the
on my
show?
second watch, I really listened to their conversation,
I
and
think their conversation is
it's
hilarious.
so funny.
Yeah, he
He's
goes, this asshole going out there with his "I'll only kill when necessary" rule. Like, dude, you're trying. It sounds to me like you're trying to make heroes who are a little edgier than you look like total jerks.
and then the host just goes like anything else, and he goes, "I'm totally more jacked than him too, so I don't get why he's called." And then they turn off the TV.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I like that a lot. I like that he's just like you're trying to make
God,
all edgy heroes look like dicks, and we're not.
JD's gonna see this movie and see John Cena and just fucking like flip out, dude. He's gonna be
Yeah.
so mad.
Oh,
He
love John
can't
Cena.
tolerate it.
Listen, man, I know you guys didn't really love the Suicide Squad, but if you
I
go back
did.
to that
What?
movie, that
I really do.
do you? Okay, I know Harper doesn't. That movie fucks hard,
It's
and so does
great.
Peacemaker. The show, like
I
Peacemaker,
really
the show,
The show is better than
arguably
the movie.
the best thing that James Gunn ever did. Peacemaker is better than
Yeah.
this movie. Best, better than Superman.
Oh, I disagree.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
disagree.
Hunter, because you just saw it. Of course you do. Give
I just saw.
it like
Oh,
give it 3 weeks
Super.
and you'll be like,
okay.
actually, you know what?
No,
You
I
know
think
what?
Peacemaker's really good, but I don't think it's. I mean, like, there's better things out there.
Hunter, this or the
I mean, yeah,
Penguin? Because you
there are
fucking the
there
Penguin
are
destroyed
better
Penguin.
things
everything.
out there.
The
No, this
Penguin.
was
What?
better than the Penguin. I felt.
Really? Damn,
I
that's
thought I
crazy.
felt I thought Superman was better than Penguin.
Okay, this or Batman? The
The
Batman.
Batman. The
Yeah,
Batman's better.
correct. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's a stupid
Okay.
comparison to be
Go.
honest.
I'm gonna go on to my other flaw real quick. I
Wait,
have
can I
two
say
more.
one negative first?
Okay, and then I get one, and then I have one more after that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work, does it? Maybe you should go
Yeah.
again.
One a very minor nitpick. I found Hawk Girl to be too
That's
short.
exactly what I was gonna say. No
Too
way.
short?
Oh, it's too short. Okay, no, it
Yeah.
wasn't that. I was about to
Like
say
Yeah.
physically too
But
short?
also, yes,
she
but
was.
also she felt like the one member in the Justice game that didn't get too much. She's
She
5'1", and
got
it
Who
she
cares? What do you
got
mean she's too short? What
nothing.
the fuck
But
kind of
also,
complaint is that?
she is so good in The Last of Us, and like her line delivery in
Oh,
this
she's
movie is not
excellent.
like
Isabella Merced. I think
she was.
she's excellent. She's incredible.
an alien.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
like the dialogue,
And
like her
Dora.
actual dialogue in this movie, but like I know that she's a really good actress. And then every line she said, I was like, you don't want to do another take on that one? Like, that's it? Okay, sure. That's fine, I guess.
I had
I
okay.
think Harper for response to that, I think they're going for her being kind of bored, but why would they
Yeah.
go with that decision too?
Yeah, I
Also, like,
thought
this is one of those things that like grifty idiots on YouTube will complain about, like it ruins the movie. And I'm gonna be one of those idiots. But every time she screamed and her face was like right at the
Oh, I
camera,
didn't
I
I
like
was
love
that.
that.
like,
I thought that
I
was
was
fun.
like, please shut up. It was
I thought
annoying
that
the
was
shit out
fun.
of me.
I saw a comment saying that her eyes rolled up to kind of resemble like the classic Hawkman
No,
mask.
they didn't.
I don't think it looked very
No, I think it was
good.
just I think it was just a bad camera angle and like a silly because she was like
The
this at
first
the
time I
camera.
ever
It's
saw
just
her
silly. It was just cringy.
was as Dora, live action Dora the Explorer, and she's
Yeah, yeah.
excellent as Dora. I had a dream a couple of years ago that I was maybe at like a Hollywood party. I was not at like a freak off. Don't put me there. But I was at
Oh.
like a big party and I saw Isabella Merced and I walked up to her and I
Mm,
said, "Hey, can you braid
okay.
my hair?" And she goes,
Oh,
"I don't know who you
airball.
are." She goes, "I don't know who you are. Please get away from me." And then I woke up and I thought to myself, what kind of fucking dream is that? What kind of dream is that for my brain to give me? And I'm still
Mm.
mad about it to this day, man. I could have had it all in my dreams. And then I didn't.
Yeah, well,
Um,
look, I just didn't like her scream. Is
you
all.
just didn't like her scream. Well, you know what? I'm happy she's hot girl. I don't care that she.
Like I
What kind
think
of
out of
complaint is that she's too short?
the scene when
she
Lois
is
goes to the
very
Hall of
short.
She
That is
is
the thing.
very
Justice,
short, but who cares though? Like I don't
when they
get
go to the Hall of
that was
Justice
his
and you see them all
complaint.
together,
I know.
I
I
kept
know.
distracting me on my second one, but
That
like
she's
No, no,
they're
she
short.
does
terrific.
look like she does
Mr.
look
Terrific
genuinely
is
like a
sitting
child.
and
Like,
That's
he's
yeah.
fine. That's
taller. Yeah.
funny.
It's funny, it's a hawk girl.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I
No.
don't know.
I
It's
do
She's
just
a
like that, like
Guardian warrior.
like Hunter just went hawk girl, and I was so excited like that we're talking about the same thing, and it was
yeah,
that she's
is
short, and I'm over
short.
here going, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Like,
she's too
like,
short. Yeah,
I was gonna
I
say
don't
Harvard.
know.
Really? I thought
I mean, they didn't
that being said, this
explain
is a
if
nitpick.
she's
Nitpick.
they didn't explain if she's like, the ancient resurrected Egyptian hawk girl or if she's the alien hawk girl or whatever. They don't
I
say
think.
Kendra, they don't say Shayara,
Oh yeah, they don't.
Shayara? Shayara?
It is
Um
confirmed, Kendra.
Kendra Saunders,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah, they confirmed
Still
that.
didn't explain if she's either one of them, if
No,
she's
they
the
didn't. Yeah,
alien or whatever, but I
she
don't
did
really care.
say in an interview that she wants to have a romantic relationship with Jon Stewart, but she also said that she understands that she's playing the different Hawk girl
From the one that had the
that
romance. Yeah.
John has.
Also,
Yeah, because
John
John's
Stewart's
with Hawk Woman. Yeah,
30 something, 40 something. So,
yeah,
and
she's
I guess she
yeah.
does look like a child.
She looks like a
So,
child. Yeah.
um, she's really
yeah,
short.
Yeah,
And
so
so,
short. Oh, they
um,
couldn't
yeah.
cast a real woman. That's all right. I would have
I,
preferred Gal
I mean,
Gadot.
what
Like,
did you
get
think
this
of,
over.
what did you think of Guy Gardner?
It was distracting in the Hall of scene. Guy was my favorite out of all of them. I liked him more than Mr.
Yeah,
Terrific.
I
Oh, they
honestly
missed.
like. I know that you were like big on like,
I love.
why is he so old? Why is he? I didn't know why you ever doubted that Nathan Fillion would be a
No,
great
he
Guy
killed it.
Gardner.
Hey,
He
hey,
was
hey,
good
hey,
as he
hey.
plays a good jerk.
I don't think that was I have been excited for the fact that Nathan Fillion is in this movie at all. I
I
love that
meant
Alan Tudyk is
Hunter,
in it as well. That's
Hmm.
exciting. It's just the hair, man. Like I
but you
know it's
gotta
supposed to
do
be
the
bad.
hair. I don't
I
get
I
think
like.
know, but Tyler, I know it's supposed
I
to be
do like that
bad,
they
but
make
could you
fun
at
of it.
least have not made it look like real hair? Did it have to look like it's so obviously like
That
fake
haircut should be
fur hair?
against your oath.
It's
Hey, I'll
so
have you know
like
that like
it's not
387
even a
women really
bowl
like it.
cut. It's like chopped on
Let me
like
see.
seven different lengths
Yeah, it's like
right
a
here.
fringe kind of. I don't know. It looks like it looks terrible. Yeah,
It
It's
looks bad, but I
so
think it's
fake
purposely
looking.
looking bad.
yeah,
I,
he's
I
a piece of shit.
I
But
will say it was great to see a Green Lantern on the big screen using
yeah,
constructs that looked awesome.
using
I
fun
loved his
constructs. Yeah,
oven mitts one,
I'm doing
and
oven mitts right now. Well,
yeah,
asshole, I'm getting
Yeah.
blinked to death. So yeah,
just
um,
everything about Guy was really well done. I love how mean he was. There's an IGN interview where the interviewee says to Nathan Fillion, he's like, "You play jerk really well," and he goes, "How dare you?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's. I mean, there's the line where he shows up in the Jarhanpur or whatever it is, right?
yeah.
And he
Yeah.
says, Superman couldn't make it, kid. You got an upgrade. Love that.
Yeah, he spits his gun
Yeah,
on
Love
the
that.
ground.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Start takes around middle fingers. I should we talk about the Middle Eastern conflict in this movie?
But look, there
Green
is a lot of
Lantern.
European conflict. I'm
Great
sorry.
Green Lantern, guys. I like when he goes up to Superman and goes, "Make a move, Big Blue."
yeah. Yeah. You got a secret harem?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like he's like angry, and I like the little references. Like he mentions, like I took an oath.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
took
Oh,
And
yeah.
we know his oath. It's just
Yeah.
like it implies that we can't get involved in politics, and like we know the oath, and it doesn't imply
yeah.
that
It
at
doesn't imply
all.
that
At all,
anyway.
yeah.
It's implied. Anything he doesn't want
It's
to do, he says it's in his oath. Yeah.
yeah,
But
for
we
sure.
know the Green Lantern oath. And it's not at all.
Guy, can you hand
I
me that screwdriver? I took an oath that I was never going to take shit from
yeah.
anybody. So
Yeah, yeah. I look with the conflict in this movie,
Baravia and Jarhanpur.
I feel like this is going to be so
Baravia.
weird to bring up. Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW and just general CW stuff has ruined my brain that every time I see like a quarry-like area, I'm like, oh, they ran out of budget. Like, oh, they had to place it because like
Flash
even
third act.
dude, even Loki season one, when him and Sylvie get trapped on that planet that's on like the
The
verge of
void.
blowing up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Yes, that.
when they first get there and it's like just a shot of the quarry, I'm like, is that the same quarry from the CW? Like, I just every
Where's
fucking
Oliver
time,
Queen?
even
At
dude,
least they're
Andor
in a
season
quarry.
one, Tyler, when they get off of the fucking prison and they like meet those two blob alien dudes that have the ship. Once again, I'm like, it's the cheapest looking part of Andor because it's at a fucking quarry every
At
single
least
time.
it's
And so
not in
this
a
conflict,
parking lot, a Vancouver
it's
parking
not,
lot,
no, but like I was like, okay, like it's
where
this
they meet
conflict where it's
the
on the
airtime
border.
monitor.
On
You
the
know, it's
top
like,
of a parking garage. Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
bad. But yeah,
That's
like
where
as
they
soon
meet
as
the
it was
airtime
like,
monitor.
yeah, it's right.
In a parking garage.
Yeah,
In the
no,
middle of
yeah.
the day. You could at least do it at night where it looks a
Hey,
little bit more
it was pretty
cinematic.
cool. It was pretty cool when
This
he
is
met
like
Ezra Miller
noon on
though,
a
wasn't it?
Tuesday.
Remember when he met Ezra Miller? That was
I
sick.
actually got hyped over that scene back in the
I
day.
got hyped over it too. Yeah, I don't
When
know
he met
Yeah.
why,
Ezra
because I
Miller, yeah.
hated Ezra Miller's Flash at the
It's like, oh,
time. Like hated.
DCU. He mentions
Yeah,
Cyborg. He mentions
Yeah.
Victor.
I
Oh,
just
that's
couldn't
where he
believe
gets
that
the
they were
name The
crossing
Flash.
shit. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Victor
right.
told me this was impossible.
When?
Why did they
When
start
did?
touching each other right away?
Because they wanted to feel their suits, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's right.
immediately,
Yeah.
just like
God, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, they're
I'm
weird. The
I'm you
Flashes are
okay.
can
weird,
you
dude.
don't I listen, a multiversal version of you is a person,
I
not like a
guess
clone.
Here we
So
fucking go
like
again.
yeah. Okay, okay. Let's.
so
I have one more flaw. I have one more flaw about this movie.
Oh, okay.
Clark
before we
Joseph
get into
Kent.
the
We don't see Clark Kent really at all. We get one scene of him, and
oh
he
oh
doesn't feel any different than he is from Superman.
the
No, not at
character Clark
all. He's
Kent,
the
which
same
Clark
cat.
Kent,
Yes,
which one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like he's not.
Daily
He's
Him in the
Planet
not
Clark Kent?
glasses at the Daily Planet. Yeah,
Daily Planet Clark Kent
Right.
with the glasses.
He
He's
didn't
not.
totally kick Superman's
He's
ass.
he's
yeah, yeah.
acting too confident, I
Oh
find.
no, dude, straight up. Like, I was like, that is the most Superman that it was almost impossible to
Yeah.
hide how Superman he was.
So it's
I'm like,
called the
how did
journalism,
Jimmy?
Lois. It's like
I'm like, Jimmy
what?
Olsen's a fucking moron if he hasn't put this
No,
together. I know
I
in the
like
end,
it.
like Perry goes like, how long have they been hooking up? But it's like, is it Superman or Clark? Like, you know what I mean? And he does that
Yeah.
look because he's like, he does a little frown,
He
but like
does do
he
the
he speaks like Superman, like he acts like Superman.
he does like
I
the
don't think
Punisher
so.
expression.
Yeah, he's like,
I think he's
Let me tell you
definitely more
something.
like I think when he's Clark Kent, at least from what we can tell, because
From the
there's not
one
a lot
scene.
of it.
It is kind of
Yeah.
like the Batman where we get like one Bruce
Yes.
Wayne scene.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I felt he was more cocky, like more like
Yeah, and I don't like that.
I'm okay with that. I don't really.
I'm okay with that too, but I also feel like Superman is the exact same level of cocky in this movie. Like,
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
hey,
I
buddy,
could
eyes up
buy
here. Like, you know,
I
like
could
he's
buy
this.
it that people. I mean, also, I mean, there's a million people keep talking about how he always interviews Superman. But I could buy that he is people would not see through it.
Because
But
of the
yeah,
hypno
I mean, I
glasses?
could
Did
have
you know he has
definitely
those?
taken. I definitely could have taken
This
more Clark Kent scenes. I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah, we get
this
the
is
one
the
scene and
most I think
that's
you'd be able to
it.
see through it.
No, I think
I think
Cavill you could see right through it, like it
actually
was
Cavill,
nothing.
yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah,
because
no,
he does
I
have the
agree. Yeah.
same. But at the same time, like for this version, I don't know, after watching all these Superman movies, Christopher Reeves kills it.
I
Brent,
was gonna say he does such a good
But I
yeah,
job
think
as
because
I'm
he's
like
like
a
he's
over.
clumsy, he's nervous,
But
he's
I think I'm
stuttering a
over that. I'm
lot.
over the clumsy,
But
dorky,
also
nervous, tripping over
Brandon
everything Clark.
Ruth in Superman Returns, he isn't nervous or clumsy or anything, and he still does a good
Well, yeah,
job. He's
yeah,
just
I agree.
he is a
because
great Clark Kent.
he's more like dorky in a way,
It's
like
the somehow shrinking down of it all. Yeah, I agree.
because there's a scene in
It's
Superman Returns where Superman and Lois they talk on the roof, and then Lois goes downstairs. When she gets downstairs, Clark
Yes,
is
he's
there, and
already
he
got
has
the
a
burrito.
mouthful of food, and
Yes,
he just
I
turns
do.
around and gives a little wave.
I love that part. Yeah,
yeah.
And there's like food dripping out of his mouth. Like that's perfect, and we
yeah, I
don't
love that.
get that here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
because I think this was more, I guess, similarly to the Batman. This was more focusing on James Gunn loves to talk about how there's the personality of Superman, there's the personality of Clark Kent, and then there's the real him if you know both sides, right? And I think that that's very
Mhm.
similar to the Batman, where there's only one scene of Bruce Wayne, playboy, not really, but
Yeah, he
billionaire
doesn't.
Bruce
No,
Wayne
yeah.
out there in public. But the rest of it, when he isn't in the mask, he's still in Batman mode. He's
Yeah.
still like at
Which
least pretending
yeah.
to be Batman. And I think with Superman, it's very similar where it's like even without the mask, I mean, to Lois or to his parents, he's still they know the entirety of him. He doesn't have to pretend or do anything else. And I think that that's the more authentic self of him,
Mhm.
the most authentic piece of him.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think it's cool.
Like I just prefer the act of Clark
Yeah, no,
Kent.
I would definitely want to see more Clark Kent in the Daily Planet, but I do think I'm over the clumsy tripping over
No, I like
everything,
that. I
pushing
like
up his
that.
glasses, Clark Kent. I don't know. I think I'm over
I
that.
have
Like
one
when
more
I was
flaw.
totally expecting when he walked in the Daily Planet talking to his mom while Steve is following him, being
Don't
like,
be a stranger.
Steve. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just like, did your mom get a roadkill recently? I expected him to like trip and fall, or like he bumps into someone and like his coffee goes on his shirt. It's like something like that would help instead of him
Yeah,
just being
it's.
so overly confident telling Steve to
I don't
back
need that.
off. I don't know.
I have one more
I know
flaw.
Superman a little bit more than you because I've seen all the movies and you haven't.
That's
So
true. I'd never
I,
seen Superman 4.
yeah, you don't know anything about
Nuclear
Nuclear
Man.
Man, who Rose
I've
Rokal
seen
kills.
I Hunter, you and I, we're the true. I've seen all of those as
Yeah,
well.
this guy's
Superman
crazy.
3 has the best look. No, we're not gonna get into
I just
it.
like I sent a message in the chat when I watched Superman before, but I forgot that Rokal Zar kills Nuclear Man.
In the comics, yeah, they made
You're in the
Rogol
comics,
Yeah,
remember that?
they brought Nuclear Man
No.
into the comic, and Rogol kills him.
Rokal like crushes his head in. He's in the negative zone. He's like, no one remembers me.
The
And then
Is
Phantom
Rokal
John
Zone.
Zar crushes his
Cryer in
head.
that movie?
Phantom Zone.
I don't recognize the
Superman
name.
4?
Yeah, the dude that played Lex Luthor on CW in Supergirl, John Cryer, like Two and a
Oh
Half
yes, yeah,
Men
he
dude.
plays Lex Luthor's nephew.
Is Yeah, he's the villain in that, right? That's
Yeah,
crazy. So I guess they brought him back for
bad
that. Interesting.
character.
I have one more complaint before we
Yes.
move on to whatever. I thought Hawk Girl was too short.
Oh, okay.
See?
So you're
It's
right.
Fair.
distracting in the Hall of
I
Justice
also think
scene.
Superman was too tall. I would have preferred him to be like 5'9".
Yeah. He's like
I
six
would think it
apple
would have been
crates. Yeah,
cool
he
if he
could be
was
better as
like
like five apple crates.
I think it'd be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool if he was like 6'8".
Yeah.
Just like distractingly
You're
tall.
just a giant.
Yeah.
Just like still like
Superman.
natural. It's not like he's like 10 feet tall, so it's still like a
Superman.
natural thing that someone could get to, but it's like
Yeah.
distracting.
I think he should be like upper average, like a 5'9". Like like where you look at someone and go, they're quite tall, like a five
What if he
nine.
was
Mhm.
like 5'3"?
And then
I would
someone
say he's
walks
too
past him and be
short.
like,
That's
"You
acceptable too.
like,
All
wow,
right.
Superman,
So
you must be six
what if
feet." And
okay.
then Superman goes, "Nope, I'm not."
Okay.
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 What if Superman was 5'1" and Hawk Girl was 6'3"?
Would have been more realistic to me.
I did we talk about Mr. Terrific? We just
A
mentioned that
little
he was
bit,
in the
yeah.
I guess
CW.
yeah, just a
He
bit.
was
We
awesome.
just mentioned
That fight
He
scene
was awesome.
in
the fight
the
scene that he has is the most James Gunn scene in the movie.
That
yeah,
was the most James
but it
Gunn
was
scene for
that's not a
awesome
sure.
bad
Yeah.
thing.
looking
That's
though.
not a
I mean,
bad
I was
thing. Yeah.
cool.
That's not a
Again, I
bad thing
like
at
a guy
all.
that doesn't take shit. I like that they
Oh
didn't
wow,
write
she's
him
short as. Yo.
like a stereotypical smart guy. He doesn't sound like Reed Richards, where he's like, "Oh, I'm calculating the quantum physics of the bubble." He speaks like a normal fucking guy because
Just
he's
a
This guy
got a
dude.
really
Yeah,
person.
did
yeah.
Yeah,
make a pocket universe.
yeah. I really like that. I really appreciate that they don't have to. I didn't feel the need to make this character generic like that. Like he has his
Quit
own kind
slacking
of
off, man.
yeah.
I'm not slacking
This
off. I
ain't
got important stuff
playtime.
down
Yeah,
here.
like he's
Yeah.
he's got his own cadence how he speaks. I think one of my favorite lines in the movie is where it's when Clark shows back up in Metropolis and he does the whole, he's talking to Mr. Terrific and Mr. Terrific says, "You brought the dog, man," and then Superman says, "I didn't want him killing my parents' cows." So
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah,
because you
dude.
think about it and you're like, if there was a dog with superpowers and this, that would be the most dangerous thing on the planet Earth.
You gotta
By
have
the
to
way,
guess, how did Lex survive when
Getting
Crypto's
murdered by
like,
Crypto.
yeah. His
um,
bites hurt Superman when he's biting at his heels.
Crypto. Yeah.
huge redemption for that actor after being like
X-Men.
murdered in
Darwin. Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah.
class after like he's the one guy that can't be killed and like
Iggy,
Kevin
yeah. He
Bacon
was
murders
excellent.
him.
I think
Yeah.
Slavery.
Yeah, oh my God, that's right. Yeah, that's
to be
right.
enslaved. Yeah.
Yeah. To
Um,
be fair, Kevin Bacon is a Nazi in that movie, so
that's
like,
true.
like
But I think, I like that Mr. Terrific feels such like he's so interesting. I feel like he was really cool. I don't
I'm
know
glad
that
he had a lot of screen time.
yeah,
he
I don't
felt
know
like
that,
the one going into it the most. I was just like Mr. Terrific, like in a super, like it just felt like
The guy
oh
from Arrow?
goddamn Mr. Terrific.
yeah, kind of like I know Mr. Terrific is cool, but like when I thought like, oh, they've got the Justice, a proto
You
Justice
got a
League in this
Green
movie.
Lantern
You got
and
a
a
Green
Hawk
I don't
Lantern,
Girl.
Hawk
know.
person. You would like I
He
just would
felt
have
to me like
expected
the
like
most he belongs on that team the most to me.
yeah, no, he
Now
does,
after
but like
seeing it, yes.
yeah, I wasn't
I
super
thought so
sold
beforehand.
beforehand. I was just like the most random
I
character
mean,
next to like the engineer to
No,
have
he
that
I
movie.
don't know.
he
I feel like
runs
he
the
would fit there.
Justice League right now in the comics. Like he
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
main leader,
Yeah,
and I
but
it makes me excited. He's the character I'm most excited to see in the future,
yeah.
besides like Superman.
Give
yeah,
him a 12 episode series on Disney Plus or HBO, whatever
I
it's
think
called
I
now.
would watch that
Do that.
100%.
Everyone watch
I
that, yeah.
think I think they could do
What
the
if we have
Terrifics.
the Arrow Mr. Terrific appear and they start to like grab each other?
Yeah, that's funny.
Stephen
My
Amell
wife, yeah,
told me this
yeah,
was
they're talking.
possible.
Yeah, it's like, oh, our Mr. Terrific, DCU Mr. Terrific is like, oh, my wife and
Stephen
kid are
Amell,
dead.
Arrow, I need to come
I
up
know,
with
that's what I was laughing about.
Stephen
Stephen
Amell,
Amell told me this is possible. The
I like the
actor
character.
the actor, the Canadian
from
actor.
that wrestling show. Okay.
Yeah,
Arrow told me.
but I like
Or no,
it.
he'd say the Spectre told me.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Spectre, dude. Yeah. Do you remember that photo? This one? What is the Spectre? I gotta find that photo. I love
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, please pull it
DCU
up.
Mr. Terrific is like, oh, my wife and my kid died, and then Arrow Mr. Terrific's like, well, my husband and our kid died.
The
They have to
least
talk about
amount of
that.
aura a comic book character has ever had, dude. Look
I
at
love that
him.
he is the Spectre is God's hand of vengeance, and he gave him a costume that has a zipper
Yeah, I know. I know.
up the middle.
He looks like he's out of the rain trying to waterbend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've brought this up like the last three episodes somehow, but it is so funny to me that he becomes God in that universe. He brings everyone back to life except his
Except
ex-girlfriend. She
Yeah.
just stays dead. Laurel Lancey's like, nah, I'll bring everyone back but her. That's
Well,
crazy.
I'm telling you, man,
Also,
he
look at
didn't.
him.
What did he want? He didn't want to have to explain to Felicity to her.
Dying's the easy part, Barry.
Yeah,
The rest of us have to whatever he says. It's a good
whatever
scene.
he's.
That's a
Yeah,
good scene in that
it
episode.
is a good scene, yeah. But
That's in Crisis. Every time there's a Spectre scene, the aspect ratio shifts to like a cinematic portrait, and it looks like way better. And I'm like, man, all of these shows could just put black bars on the side, and it
yeah.
would
Look
look
like
like
movies. Yeah,
way better. Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Like, oh man,
I kind of want to rewatch Crisis. I haven't seen it since it
I
came
do not
out.
want to. I thought
yeah. I
about
would not want to do
rewatching
that
like
either.
early Flash, and I'm like, why? I would invest 2 seasons into the Flash and not watch 7 seasons. Is
Yeah,
nuts.
I mean, you could do
That's
3 seasons and give it up, really.
Season
for
three's
us.
okay, yeah.
And the show
Season
with
three's
Barry,
okay, yeah.
with Barry going into the
Avatar.
Speed Force.
Which is how it should have been, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about CW. We're here to
On
talk
Mr.
about Netflix
Terrific.
Defenders.
Yes, hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yes. But back on Mr. Terrific, I think they could do, and I don't know if they would do this considering there's a Fantastic Four movie coming out in 2 weeks, but they could do the Terrifics. That's a team that has Metamorpho on it as
Okay.
well.
I have one thing about that.
Okay.
The
Wow.
Terrifics lasted less than 25 issues and it only has one run. It failed.
Yeah, but
Why
like
do so
people
many
like it
people
though.
love? Yeah, people like it, but it's not. It wasn't popular.
So, but
You
That
know
this
what
is
else?
good.
I
But
just
it's
remembered. I
good
just remembered
though.
something. They're making a Clayface movie. It
Yeah, they're
doesn't.
making a
Yeah,
Clayface
yeah.
movie. I mean, it's good. It doesn't really, I don't know, people
People
I
want to
guess
see
weren't reading it
Phantom.
at the time, but I mean, I don't need a Terrifics as much as I do want to see Mr. Terrific in more things. And getting to Metamorpho, he had very little to do in this movie, but I do think he made a
He was
cool impact.
cool.
Like
He
he
was
It was
was
really
cool.
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 Yeah. It
Yeah.
was cool.
I thought he was
And
great. When they first opened the portal and Superman sees him like sitting there, like all
Mhm.
grumpy, my first thought was that's how you felt the whole movie, Tyler.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was just
Pretty
sitting
much,
there.
yeah.
Don't talk to me. Um, he was great.
When
I
he
did
holds the kryptonite in someone's
yeah,
head, be like, "Don't talk
I
to me." That's you, except you're holding like a gun, right?
to my own head.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually very thankful that like if we had have come on this show and Tyler had have been like, nah, I was just fucking with you. Yeah, god damn it, Tyler.
Oh,
Sort that
did it?
for
We
fuck's sake.
both did it.
If Tyler had come onto this show and been like, stop it, and been like, just fucking with you guys. I thought it was the best movie I've ever seen. I would have been so annoyed at the time wasted about me being like sad about him being conflicted. I was, yeah, thank God. Like, I'm
Thank
glad you
God.
liked it.
Thank God
I'm
you didn't
glad
like
you
it that
liked it,
much.
but I'm also glad that like you it's funny that like before the movie came out, we were like, what if it's like bad? And you were like, it would be the end for me. And now the movie's come out and you're like, it's good, it's not great. And it's like your life goes on and you'll be
No,
looking forward to stuff in the future.
I
Like,
think it's great. I do think it's a great movie. I think it's like I would say it's very good.
yeah, okay.
Um, I didn't
Which,
love it as much as I
yeah,
thought
okay.
or hoped I would, but at the same time, I think there is a lot in there to love. And I
Yeah.
think if I watch this movie again and again, as I do with a lot of movies that I like, I could see myself loving. I mean, it's not the best fucking recommendation of this movie. It's not the best thing to say. I could see myself loving it eventually, but
Yeah.
like I
As
do
the
think I
biggest
could.
Superman fan of
Yeah,
all
exactly.
time.
Yeah, but I do think that I could. I think there's so much to love in this movie that if I rip it from what I thought it would be and all the expectations I had or whatever I felt about going into it and all the hype of it, I think I could very easily love this movie.
Is this your favorite Superman movie?
Yeah, it's got to be the best Superman movie, right? Easily.
Because the other one's fucking boring.
Because the
Sorry,
other
I
one's
know.
fucking
I get it.
Whoa.
I get it. Like
I
I
think
get
some are good.
cinematic classic and stuff. The first Superman movie to me feels very A New Hope.
Do you
Like
like
yeah,
Superman
no,
two?
100%.
Harper, do you
Me?
like Superman
No.
two? No,
I
you've never
haven't
seen
seen
it.
Superman 2 in a lot.
I've
No,
seen
I've seen
Superman
Superman.
2.
I've seen
Oh, you have?
every
Oh,
Superman movie.
I know. That's
Is
why
that
I'm
true?
asking you.
I've not seen
Have I
Superman.
seen
Or
every
no, I
Superman?
have seen Superman 2. You didn't think I've
Yeah.
seen it. I haven't seen 3
Yeah.
and 4.
I
That's the
remember
only
thinking it
Superman movies
was
I haven't
like
seen.
You see
as
the
fine as
cut,
the first one.
the
No,
Donner cut? Okay.
no.
Donner cut's some good stuff, but the ending sucks.
I
He
think I've
reverses time
only
again,
seen.
right?
Yeah, he does reverse time again. I'm
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
like,
I've
all
only
right.
seen the Donner cut.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
I
The
think
other one,
so.
he put some lip gloss on that makes people
I
forget who
mean,
they are, which is like, why do you have that? Because he
David
kisses
Corn
Lois and then
Sweat.
she forgets who
Yeah, where'd you get that
Superman is.
from?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
David is the best Superman,
Yeah.
right?
I I do think Reeves is the
Hey.
best
I don't know.
Superman.
I think Christopher Reeve has that.
I
He's
think Reeves is
obviously got
still
that
better.
timeless quality of it. And I think that he portrays that version very well. But I do like a Superman who has at least a little bit of an edge, not
Yeah,
just
that's
like
fair.
because he's angry and stuff, but he's only angry because like Lois dies and he can reverse time and stuff. But I'm happy that I like a Superman who is so like staunchly I need to help people that like he'll
Hmm.
get really fucking mad about it, because that's the Superman that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
like
they
Henry
created him to
Cavill.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Henry Cavill. Yeah,
I think David will be the best Superman, but right now I think Reeves is better. I think Reeves is a way better Clark Kent. I think David might be one of the
yeah,
worst
sure.
Clark Kents.
No, fucking Henry Cavill is the worst Clark Kent, man.
Yeah, never mind.
Thank you.
But even
Oh,
if I'm
Hunter,
counting like shows, like I think Tyler's a better Superman right now.
Maybe. I
Hunter,
mean,
I've
he
come
just had a
around,
lot
by
of
the way.
show to
Yeah.
show. So
I've come around on the Henry Cavill Superman suit. I think it sucks again.
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
I
I
still
th
think it's good.
I think they're both eh.
I think they both could be better. Yeah.
I I
What do you think of
And I
Supergirl's
think
belt
obviously
buckle
because
though?
of I think because of future movies, we will get more Superman suits, obviously, because they got to
Mm.
sell toys and everything like that. So I think
yeah,
the
hell
next
yeah.
David suit has potential to be a lot better. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked about Supergirl.
Yeah,
Cool
she was awesome. She
cameo.
called him a bitch. That was the
Yeah.
funniest thing in the
Thanks for
movie to
watching my
me.
dog,
Thanks,
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah, I love that. I mean,
It's very Woman of Tomorrow, yeah.
very much. I'm very excited to see her version of the character. I'm very excited to see that movie.
The suit looks better,
Um,
but I told
she
these
looks
guys
awesome.
before that I think it's because we don't see the arms. The
She
arms
looks
bother me on David's.
I said the
So,
exact same thing to you. I
yeah.
said the arms are the thing that does it. They're so over
And
designed. But
because she's wearing
also
the coat, we don't see it. So
Tyler was right. I guess these are probably like they're Krypton
Yeah, I don't
suits,
know. We
but like
don't.
maybe they were both made, but maybe they were both made by
I mean,
Luke
it's the
Jacobs from
same
She-Hulk.
symbol as the parent. We haven't talked about his parents. Yeah. The
Oh
message.
yeah, Jor-El and
Oh, these parents
The
are evil.
message. Yeah, I don't like that.
No,
I
I didn't like it either.
I
Yeah, I thought it was
really
I
don't
stupid
like
as fuck.
that.
I have always this is I think among Superman fans this is an unpopular opinion where I really always preferred. Okay, so when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths, not the TV show, the comic book one, when Byrne rebooted Superman, he made a very big point to say that Superman is earthbound. He is from Kansas. He's American. He's a human, right? And he was raised as such. And in Man of Steel, the comic, he doesn't learn of his Kryptonian heritage until after he's Superman. And he can denounce it then because he's only known Earth. And I think Byrne definitely went too far because in that version, uh, Jor-El and Lara don't send a baby in the rocket. They send a birthing matrix that then gives birth to Clark on Earth, so
So
technically he
he's
was
not a real
born.
person.
So he's not a
So he's
person.
a
Yeah,
clone.
yeah. But
Yeah,
they, but
okay.
he, but it's like they just ate him like a human being would. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
That counts.
But
Hmm.
it's essentially so that he's born on Earth, so he can say that he's from Earth. And I think that that's bullshit. I think that that's fucking stupid as shit.
Hmm.
But I have always preferred the version of Cal that doesn't care about Krypton. I never care about Krypton. You can never make me care about Krypton. I know it's
No,
part of
I
his
agree.
story. I know it's why
Someone hasn't watched
he was
Krypton.
he was born. That's true. I
Yeah.
never watched the show.
Someone hasn't
Maybe
watched the first 30 minutes of Man of Steel with Russell Crowe.
that's true. But I never cared about Krypton more than it being where Superman is from. Right.
Mm.
So I don't have any idea or care or whatever of what Jor-El and Lara should be. So making them essentially Viltrumites and he's just
Yeah,
invincible,
that's what it is.
right?
Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't care because it serves the story where it gives Superman a
I don't
choice.
think it. I don't know that it does. Like it serves the story enough, but it's also one of those things that they drop in and then never really deal with
Yeah,
on
it's
any
definitely
like
Yeah,
not
it's not like
emotional
a
dealt
level
with.
future
whatsoever.
It makes
story.
you yeah, it makes you wonder if maybe they'll dive into it more with like Supergirl or something.
Hmm.
Maybe,
But
but it's all
it
we've got
was
now. So at the
I
moment, it
I
feels very
like
fucking hollow.
because I think that the main thing behind this and James Gunn put out a thread or whatever he does today where he was like, we've seen a lot of super, but I wanted to make a movie about the man behind it. And I think making it so that Krypton was, that he's from a place that maybe did not value Earth or what it could be, and that he has this choice between not even a choice. He's not going to make the choice to side with Krypton, obviously, but this idea that whatever he thought he was here for, he is not, and now he has to do it for
Mm.
himself
Yeah.
is the better choice. And again, I really do prefer the version where he denounces Krypton altogether and doesn't care about it. So essentially, this Superman having the same thing as that, I'm happy with. But I
I
do
don't
understand
mind
why it
that in
breaks
terms
the
of
canon for a lot of people.
yeah, but I also don't mind it in terms of a story decision. Like it felt weird. It felt really weird for Mr. Terrific go like, I know those linguists, man, they wouldn't be
Yes, that
lying.
was
I was
weird.
like,
They didn't need to do
okay,
that. They could
whatever.
have left it more up in the air. Definitely.
More up in the air for sure whether or not Lex, yeah, did it and make that,
Because
a
Lex also
debate, I
says that he
guess.
found it on the computer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and like I don't trust the fucking thing he says. But like it just felt weird to throw that in there and like a lot of things in this movie they throw stuff in there and then we zip on to the next thing and it never gets brought up or ties back in or feeds back in it. It's like loose plot threads in a TV show or something.
And you
Where you
also
go,
have a
"Oh yeah, they set that up in season 1 and it's just never
Well,
come
did
back."
I
It's
hear
like one of those
people have been
why
things.
saying
why
this?
was he taking the babies? It's a
What
Game of Thrones
babies?
reference. Sorry.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's
oh,
it.
there you
Yeah, no,
go.
genuinely.
Because he's
Oh my
turning them. I never
God.
understood what you're talking about. Don't he turn? Doesn't they turn into White Walkers?
Yeah, they do.
So what
Yeah,
did
they do.
they show
It's
that? They show where they
they
take
they
the
turn a
babies and turn.
baby into a baby White Walker, but I guess we don't see the baby White Walkers grow up. I don't
What
know.
do you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
happens to babies? I don't.
They eat them.
That's true. I
Yeah,
never.
see?
I didn't understand that,
You
Hunter,
know what
watching
they
the
never
show.
explain in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, what?
They never explain the writing. Where did it go? Why is it bad now? What happened?
Why
What
did it go
happened,
downhill?
guys?
Yeah, I think the Krypton thing. When I saw the movie the first time, I remember thinking about it and going, it's crazy that in the message they talked about him like his mom told him to get a harem of women. And I watched the movie again and it
Yeah.
goes, oh no, she didn't say that. They say that
No.
about
Yeah.
him, but in my head I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah. That
in
that
my head
part's
I was
not
like, get a harem of women, Kal-El, so
women.
that you
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah.
enslave them all or
Yeah. No,
whatever.
no, no, no.
But she does not say that. She says to take
No.
wives.
But
Um,
yes, yeah,
which
yeah.
is still silly, but yeah.
Which is weird. That's still weird. Like you can't, if that's true, I can't even necessarily blame Lex Luthor for being like, so
Super
this is
harem.
pretty
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
probably.
that's the
Can you
thing.
imagine if Ben Affleck Batman got that recording on Henry Cavill's Super? He would have shot him in the head so
On
quick,
site,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
God
It's true.
damn.
Because like I like the idea of Jor-El being like sending his son off and hoping that he'll be okay and everything like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that
I like
idea
the idea of
instead of being
Jor-El
like,
being
I'm sending
flawed.
my
Definitely,
baby to
yeah.
enslave humanity. Like I like the idea of Dr. Manhattan taking Jor-El too.
Yeah,
No.
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
No.
Russell Crowe's Jor-El is so good.
Yeah, he's the
He is
only Jor-El
very.
that
I was gonna
matters,
say he's
really.
the best character in that movie, and he's dead for most of it, dude.
Or
Yeah.
Like
even
Well,
when he's
yeah.
like a hologram on Zod's ship and he's just
he
pointing where
is.
to go.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I
yeah.
I do
I like that
think that
stuff too. That
this
is good. That is
I
very
think
Put
good.
a
your head to the
lot
left.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is good
I
stuff.
I think a lot of it has to do, and especially the criticism of it. And I think this is very fair, where James Gunn recently said that this is an immigrant story. This is a story about America. You know, you come from one place and you never lose your heritage, but you use what you were given to like make it in another place. And I
Mm.
think you do kind of lose the allegory if they oh no
Yeah.
his alien parents actually were evil. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay with sacrificing the allegory for story, because
It
story
actually
is
said,
implicit
look,
and allegory is not.
here's the thing. I think strongly James Gunn was like half baited into that and giving some sort of comment so that people could, there's some sort of outrage, even though it's
Yeah,
silly because it's been
fucking
part of the character
I
since the 30s.
can't believe that there
But
were people that they were like they're making Superman an immigrant.
yeah, like
Where
where have
do
you
you
been?
Yeah, he is an
Yeah,
alien from another planet.
this has been the story since before anyone complaining about it was ever born.
Yeah, this has
Like
been this is not yeah, this is just the
and if like you
story.
were born when that was a thing around, you'll die soon, and that's good for the rest of the world. So
it's
that's good
crazy.
guns.
Yeah.
All right, excellent stuff. But like, it's more like I think he was baited into saying that for that sort of outrage stuff, and then yeah, like now the movie comes out, and it's like, well, actually, his parents were like intergalactic terrorists that sent him to another place to like like turn the people into slaves and lord over it. Like that does sound bad. That is bad optics, but I also
Yes.
don't think James Gunn was trying to
No,
tell
yeah,
a
that's what I'm
story
saying.
about like, you're an immigrant, but like your parents can be bad, but like you
Yeah,
can be
and
good. Like I don't think that was the point.
I think that that is the modern rendition of Superman, where he like that's the thing that matters the most when you're like for people today when they go, okay, what's Superman? They'll say he's an immigrant, right? Because
Yeah.
I think that we have made the alien aspect of Superman way more pronounced. And I think that the fact that he's from another place is way more prominent in Superman stories today than it would have been 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I
Mm.
think that's just like how the world is now. I think a lot of that could be because of Zack Snyder, for better or worse, the alien aspect of Superman.
Mm.
So I just like the idea that if we're going to bring Superman back to a level where he is essentially just human, like a human being, that he doesn't need any of the Kryptonian baggage, right? He can carry the good parts. He can carry, the fortress and the alien, the robots and and his cousin and all that, and the crest, but he doesn't. His parents were not saints, but he had other parents that were, and that's
Mm.
okay. And it's not like he's foregoing the fact that he's Kryptonian. It's just that,
I
like,
mean, look, one of his parents shot Carl, and I think that's pretty fucked up, but that's
you didn't.
besides the
Yeah,
point.
that's true. I
Do
didn't
you
like
remember
that
that,
part.
Hunter? Do you remember when he shot Carl?
Yeah.
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 And then Shane shot him, so it all came around.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
I
okay.
thought he
It's okay.
died there. I can't believe he lived and then raised Superman. That's fucking crazy.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Oh my
Um,
God, man.
but
He
yeah,
says that so
I
much in that season
The
too.
Superman,
Odyssey, man.
Oh God.
You have a story about
Yeah.
Odysseus?
good
I
trailer
like
though.
I know I'm sorry, like I know like you guys are gonna hate me for this, but that trailer played in the cinemas and I was excited. And then like the final shot is it like zooming in on Matt Damon, and I went, oh Matt Damon. Matt Damon's
It's pretty
fine, but
good.
like he's fine. I don't want him to be the
He's
lead of a
pretty good.
christening. He's fine. He's all right. I liked The Martian as much as anyone else.
Do you not like We Bought a Zoo?
The fuck is wrong with
Fuck,
you,
you
man?
got me, dude. You got me, man.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. Fine, fine.
yeah,
Like that's
Yeah.
something everyone likes. I guess
I, Superman.
final thoughts?
Hmm.
I guess for Tyler, do you like this more than most DC EU movies?
Oh, are you fucking
Come
kidding me? What
on.
kind
What are
of
you
dumb
talking about?
fucking question is that? This is better than any of them ever
You,
were.
this is the
Oh,
thing, but
more
like
any of
Ty,
them.
Yeah.
More than
what
Yes.
do you,
more than the Snyder Cut.
More than the Snyder
yeah,
Cut. Yeah.
dude,
Mm,
yeah.
okay.
More than
Okay.
Wonder
Like you
Woman
gotta remember, before this
1984.
movie came out,
More
Tyler
than
was
the
like,
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes, yeah.
More than
Remember, like,
Shazam.
wait, Tyler, didn't you
yeah.
give the Suicide Squad like a 9 out of 10?
I do love that movie a lot, and but that is
I,
one I
I,
had to rewatch to get that love for.
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
did 4.5 stars, yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
fucking
dude. There's
movie.
no way you're giving fucking this Superman 4, and I would be surprised.
So what do you give this
He's gonna
movie
give it
for
10 right now.
stars?
Just he's
Yeah.
gonna give it 5 stars just
If
to
I have to
annoy
give
me.
it a stars, I really do wish that I could not give star ratings for this movie specifically, because I feel
Yeah.
like I'm attached to that. Like, you give it a 4 stars out of 5. That means he hated it. Because a lot of people think that
No,
that
I
is you
think that's
hating the movie.
that's incredibly
No,
fair.
but for
Like
a
that's
lot of people, that is you hating the movie. It's like, it's not
uh,
perfect. No, it's not perfect. And
it's not. No.
I don't know what I would give it. I still have to see it again tomorrow to really, I think, get what I really 100% feel. But I think it's, I think it's a really, really good movie. I do
Yeah.
think that.
Yeah, I think like the thing for us is that we, in the nicest way possible, Tyler, had to deal with you before the movie saying this could be the greatest comic book movie of all
Yeah, no, I
time.
get
And
it.
I
Yeah.
went and I was like, no, it won't. And you were
I
like,
mean, it
why
could have
couldn't
been.
it?
It
It
could have
could,
been.
why
It could have
couldn't it?
been.
And I was like, I just don't think it will be. And you were very adamant in that fact that it could be the thing that changed the world and changed the genre. I don't know that this movie is saving the genre or changing the
Well, we
world.
can talk about
It's
this
doing
is kind of
well.
relevant.
It is doing
No.
It's
well,
doing
yeah.
well.
Well, okay. Well, let's talk about it. So I have
Not
it
as
written
well
down.
as Man of Steel,
So
though.
the domestic, U.S. I think it's domestic. Is it just the United States, or does it also include Canada? It might also include Canada.
I think it also
I
includes
think you're,
Canada.
I
Yeah,
think you're
But
right.
it's a
Yeah.
hundred and
I
twenty-two
think it is.
million dollar opening weekend, which is on par with the projections. That's as good as they thought it would
People
do.
expected that. Yeah.
But the international um,
This
box
is you,
office
Harper. This
is
is you.
95 million, which is essentially this movie cratering in the international box office, flopping
Whoa.
hard
No way,
internationally.
really?
Yes. So it
For a comic book movie, this would be good if it
no.
was like
Well, yeah, this would be
Eddington.
good for any fucking movie. Yeah, but for a four quadrant superhero movie, a Superman movie that's got all the stakes of a Superman movie as well as also starting a DC universe that people have to get invested in. That's horrible. That's really,
Mm,
really
that
terrible. And it's a couple of things. I think it's a lot of it is just the DC brand is in the gutter, and
mm.
so maybe you have to lose. This could people are saying this a
You
lot,
know,
and this could be
there's also something to say about word of mouth. Like I know it's got
yes.
like what? It's got 82 on like Rotten. It's got I think
It's
it's
got
got
good
a
reviews, very good
I gotta
reviews.
say,
Yeah, it's
it's
not divisive. This was a well received movie.
yeah,
People like
that
this
is
movie.
surprisingly high. Like I think people should be happy. That is like, that
Yeah,
It's
is
really
I'm
a
good.
fine.
It's really
That's
good.
higher
Yeah.
than the
that's
Batman. I think. I think Batman's
no
at
the
81 or something.
no Batman's 85, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Well, still,
But
Batman
like
should be
that's
higher, but
that's good. But like word of mouth wise, man, especially in this country, I have not heard a single positive thing like at all. Like the word of mouth is like like a
well, I
lot of
think
people are like
yeah, there's a lot of. I think you could narrow it down to a couple of things. Like we said, there's the DC brand being in the gutter. Maybe you have to make a movie that you lose
Yeah,
money on, but it
I think it's a
invigorates.
superhero movie fatigue
It
thing
could,
here
yeah, superhero movie
massively.
fatigue as well.
Because it's
Um,
not a political, like I don't think we give a shit on some sort of like culture war bullshit
no, but
like
I
as
do
much.
think it is possible that a lot of countries are just tired of America. And
A
superheroes are American and
hundred
Superman is the
percent.
American
Yeah,
character.
yeah. This,
And so
It's it
it's
yeah.
total rejection of
yeah.
truth, justice in the American way.
Yeah, I 100% think that's fair.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
probably a
mean, yeah, I
talking
mean,
point
believe
that
that.
I
I mean, the
hear
fucking
in
president,
every
the White House account posted an AI picture where he's on the poster of Superman.
Oh
You
my
are Lex
yeah.
God,
Luthor.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
created him for
while saying
you.
that the client list for Jeffrey Epstein doesn't exist,
They
he's on
created
it. He's
you.
on it. He's a pedophile. I'm telling you
100%.
right
Yeah.
now, he's
His
a
best friend
pedophile.
confirmed it.
Yeah, no, yeah. His best friend, Jeffrey Epstein, his best friend. I
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway, besides the point. But yeah, Tyler, you're right. I feel like I hear that. I mean, I've heard this for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, or probably more, probably since like the first
7?
Trump presidency. And this isn't even commentary on Donald Trump or anything. Like just like since 2016, probably, I think I have heard people be like, "Oh, America forever," and it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
always.
even up
I
here,
think
it's just like you guys are
well, it
considered our
started
bad
I
because
mean,
like
neighbors.
we've
America.
completely turned on you guys, at
Yeah,
least.
Yeah,
literally.
but like America, I think people, especially in Australia, people didn't like the ego of America being like, we're the biggest, greatest, freest nation in the world and blah. Like we always thought that was a bunch of wank. And it is. And then
Mhm.
like now the last 10 years have happened. And I think there's been like this divide where the rest of the world, you're right, like sees America as
Yeah,
a joke.
it's a
And you
total
are right. Like,
rejection.
how would
Yeah.
a Captain America movie do? Well, I guess we fucking saw, didn't we? No one cared.
I was
No one
gonna
Yeah.
gave a
say,
shit.
bro,
So
did you
like, yeah.
see?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot all
I
about
think
that
that could be a
movie.
big part of it. And I think that superheroes in general are an American
Very
invention. They
American.
are
Yeah.
extremely American, like in
Yeah,
values
100%.
and all this stuff. And it's hard to separate that. And I think that that's where you get the culture war surrounding this movie is just fucking ridiculous.
It's
You
not
said
real.
this,
It's
you
not
said
real.
this, Harper, where you were like, if this was Daredevil, like had all this culture war nonsense attached to it, like you would kill yourself.
I
And
would kill
and
myself.
it's
I would
I
kill
got
myself right now.
I got an
Like,
ad
oh
for I took
God.
a screenshot of this, but like imagine you getting an ad for this and it's like a Daredevil related thing. I can't find it, but it was essentially I got an ad for an article reviewing Superman that said critics are calling Superman super woke and it's like this, progressive nonsense. And I'm like, this is an ad I'm
Yeah,
Oh,
getting.
some
no.
people are just getting that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like if
I
if
would
that was
shoot
being
myself in the
yeah,
brain.
if that was being fed to you and it was about Daredevil, it's like everyone's saying that Daredevil sucks and he's like, gay. Like
Yeah.
like what? Like what are you talking
No, if it
about?
was that specifically, Charper would be celebrating the streets.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. But yeah, I got an ad for that, man. It's like the culture war.
Yeah.
I think it's like Superman as a character, I think has been bastardized to a point where I think the truth, justice, and American way aspect of him means for a lot of people that he represents the American government and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
status
He
quo.
actually represents billionaires and
Yeah.
capitalism. That's what that
Mhm.
means.
Yeah,
What
like
the fuck are you
just like
Well,
talking
his
it's kind of,
best
about?
I
friend
mean,
Lex
they
Luthor.
changed
Yeah.
it like 4 years ago now. They
Future
changed
Brothers
it.
Done Better Tomorrow, which I think is does not really roll off the tongue as well. Honestly, I
But
I
wasn't the
I I
American
think
Way
you could.
thing added because of like World War II or some shit?
Yeah, no, that was a creation of the radio show. I think Truth, Justice, and the
Yeah.
American Way.
I'm
But
sorry. This is why I side with Iron Man in Civil War, dude. Any motherfucker that's using American Way or America in their name, shut the fuck up, dude.
yeah,
Like, and the
but
like, hey, if I'm watching Captain Australia, I'm gonna think that's a joke as well. Shut the fuck, like,
But
shut the
there's
yeah.
no
fucking.
like, there's Captain Canada because we
Well,
wouldn't care.
There is a
you
Captain
got
There's
Canada.
Captain
Yeah.
Canuck.
no,
Yeah, that's it.
you got
That's it. That's
but
it.
you have a superhero team. You got Alpha Flight.
You
Yeah,
do
but
have Alpha Flight.
who
What have I
cares
got?
about Alpha Flight?
I like
I've got
Alpha
Mad
Flight.
You
Max. Yeah,
you
a lot
got
of people
the
love Alpha
I
Flight.
you
like
got
Alpha Flight. I like Alpha
Harper.
Flight.
You got the outdoor freedom fighters.
Do I?
Down under freedom fighters. That's what you got.
Down under Freedom Fighters. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
like
that
freedom fighters.
I think that's what they're
Yeah,
called.
right.
But the
Makes
thing
sense.
about Superman, and this is actually I'm from Grant Morrison's book that I'm reading. The thing about superheroes in general is that I think people forget that they are not, they only exist because the status quo is broken, right?
Yeah.
They would not exist if everything was okay. Like the idea of
Mm.
superheroes in general implies a broken world, right? You wouldn't need it's at the end of the Killing Joke after Batman saves Commissioner Gordon. Gordon says to Batman, go get the Joker, but you got to do it our way. You got to prove
Yeah.
that our way
By the
works.
book.
I, you got to prove that our way works, dude. You're
Mm.
trusting a vigilante. Your way is
Yeah.
broken. And you have to acknowledge that. And when Superman was created, and this is something that Grant Morrison gets into
When
this
was he
book that I thought
created?
was when
Yeah.
1938.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Okay. But
Fucker, I knew that. Come on.
but he was the ultimate champion of the people. They called him the champion of the oppressed, right? He only existed because there were bullies in the world that Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster had a real fucking problem with.
But Tyler, you don't understand. It's the billionaires that are the oppressed.
It's true.
It's all the guys on
it is true.
Pedophile Island. They're the
They're the
downtrodden.
and they're the heroes that we believe in. Fucking
Yeah,
stupid people
they're
these
gonna.
days. But the Superman will always be on your side. And I think the idea that people are genuinely calling this character super woke, you're stupid as fuck. You're
Yeah.
a dumb person with mush for brains.
You're a bad person
And
too.
you're a bad
Like,
person. He represents everyone. The entire point of the character is that he is always there for you.
Can I show you
Even if
something,
you're a
Tyler?
piece of shit, he is there for you because he cares about everyone.
Can I show you something, Tyler?
Yeah, show me whatever, man.
That's the audience score. I'm gonna say this,
Oh, yeah,
man.
man.
I don't think this narrative of
yeah,
super
it's
woke
not
and
affecting.
I don't think it's catching, man. Like
No,
this
no,
is
no.
not. I
No,
don't think
it's
people are
not a
buying into it.
divisive movie.
Fucking
It's not.
that stupid performative cunt, the critical drinker, put out a Superman review, and all his comments, like half of them are like, "Yeah, I knew it'd be woke, that's why I'm not seeing it." And then the people that saw it went, "I don't know, I actually think it was pretty good." And it's like, yeah, if you
Listen,
just go and actually look at like watch something for yourself instead
I
of
think
buying into all this
it,
bullshit.
yeah, I think if you're gonna call a superhero movie woke, this could be the one to call woke. I mean, like we
I
talked
look,
about the
there
conflict,
were
it
some
takes a
elements
very
where I was
hard
curious
stance.
how, yeah.
It takes
Like,
a very
but I'm
hard
just
stance on the Israel Palestine
That
conflict
and
today,
Russia Ukraine as well,
and
like
Russia
both
Ukraine. It
both
takes a
are
hard stance
allegories. Yeah,
on, who would believe it? It takes a hard stance on genocide and like
yeah, yeah,
oppression
yeah,
and ethnic cleansing and shit, right?
yeah, yeah,
Who would think that Superman would be against that? Like, what the
yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course he would. I saw someone today say that Superman wouldn't do that in the comics. I'm just like, what do you think
I
this
saw someone
character
say that
stands
too.
for?
And I gotta say to the people that are like complaining about that, you don't like comics. If you're
Yes.
Yeah,
against
yeah,
this, like you
100%.
are
And,
not
and
a
you
fan
don't,
of
and
because that's
Yeah,
not just Superman. That's every superhero
yeah, and you
comic.
don't like
yes.
Superman. And listen, it's okay to not like this character, but to put your own shit on this character and to make him worse, like to assume that he is worse because you're a piece of shit,
Hmm.
you don't get to ruin this character for us. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
character exists, and the reason people like him is because he is an aspirational figure. He's better than any of us could ever be. But the idea that you could even channel us like a fraction of that goodness in you as a person and carry that on,
Hmm.
like that's the thing we like about Superman.
Like, why
Yeah,
are
it's
comic accounts even complaining about this? Are people that like say that they like like the
because
MCU and
like,
stuff? Like, Flash is like this, Superman's like this, Spider-Man, Captain America, all
but
every
there is like a
X-Men.
Captain
generation.
America.
You got to remember,
Captain
Hunter.
America.
This is like a generational divide. It's like
Yeah,
anyone like under 30
I don't even know
sees
if
this
it's
stuff.
generational.
I
It's
definitely think it's like everyone I know. Like I
maybe in
know plenty of
Canada
adults
though.
that,
Here it's
Everyone,
like
you know.
yeah,
here
no,
it's
but like
definitely not generational, but yeah.
it feels very general. Like there are plenty of adults I know that aren't complete fuckwits, but
Yeah, me too.
like you can assume going into a conversation with anyone in my age demographic, you kind of know where. I mean, like our election just gone, it was like a landslide one direction, and it was because of younger people voting, and you can see that
Yeah.
trend. And so I like
Happened in New
how much.
York.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. And it's just like. Like I don't know. I'm not surprised seeing all this bullshit, but also I'm not surprised seeing that it's not taking because the large majority of people seeing this movie are like seeing what is presented in it and then hearing the things that the people oppose it are saying and are like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah.
like
It
you're
is the
nuts.
biggest movie out right now, and like it's the biggest movie of the
Jurassic World, buddy.
summer, like
Jurassic World,
which
buddy.
went and gone away. Like this will be the biggest
Made
movie
No,
heaps of
next.
money though, right?
money wise, it'll be Jurassic World.
Yeah,
This
no,
is also
more
the
people have
biggest
seen
Piece of
movie.
Jurassic
shit
World.
movie, but
But as far
it'll
as
be that
like
one.
general online discussion, and everything, it's more Superman
Piece of
than it is
shit movie. You
Jurassic
gave it a
World.
6 out
It's
of
gonna be
10.
more Superman out of Eddington. It's gonna be more
No, I lowered
Superman.
it. I actually did lower it.
Oh, did
Fantastic
you? Yeah,
Four. Fantastic Four
that's fair.
might take over, but
Yeah, Fantastic Four might make more money. Um, but yeah, I think that Superman, and that's the really thing I like about David Cornsweet's version is that he's like on your side no matter what. That's the version of
Mhm.
Superman I like. I wanted to read this from Grant Morrison's book because I think this is kind of the he gets Superman in a paragraph. Obviously, Grant
Sure.
Morrison gets Superman. But they wrote in
Do the voice.
Superman, some of the loftiest aspirations of our species came hurtling down from imagination's bright heaven to collide with the lowest form of entertainment. And from their union, something powerful and resonant was born, albeit in its underwear. He was brave, he was clever, he never gave up, and he never let anyone down. He stood up for the weak and knew how to see off bullies of all kinds. He couldn't be hurt or killed by the bad guys, hard as they might try. He didn't get sick. He was fiercely loyal to his friends in his adapted world. He was Apollo, the sun god, the unbeatable supreme self, the personal greatness of which we all know we're capable. He was the righteous inner authority and lover of justice that blazed behind the starched shirt front of hierarchical conformity. In so many words, he is saying that Superman exists as an opposition to the status quo.
Bit
Superman,
woke for me.
if
Bit
if
woke.
people
Just gonna put that out there.
if
Bit woke.
if yeah, if people are imperfect, if people can't be as good as Superman, he exists to show you that yeah, maybe you actually could be, right? Like
Mhm.
the the unbeatable supreme self, the personal greatness of which we all know we're capable. That is Superman. I think that is Superman in
Yes.
a sentence, right? And I think that the idea was another Grant Morrison quote that we created this character that will never let us down. I think they get that in this movie, and that is the main thing
Never
I
give us
wanted from
up
Superman.
and never
Yeah,
run
Yeah.
around
and
and desert
and
us.
yeah, never he would never
Uh,
desert us. I think
No.
no,
It
except unless
is
he
I
was
like
think
Henry
it was
fucking Cavill.
pretty
he is a hero
good. Yeah.
for the world. Like you mentioned that he's an American hero, and he is, but
Yeah,
he's a worldwide hero too. He's not just protecting
it's a
Metropolis.
worldwide. Yeah,
He's going everywhere. And it is like for we were mentioning like different countries, like it is something cool that I
Oh.
could say like Wolverine is from Alberta, Canada. That's a cool thing to
yeah,
say.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Just like how Harper, I'm sure, is proud to say that the Down Under freedom fighters are from
He's
Yeah.
got Captain
Australia.
Yeah.
Boomerang. Yeah,
Harper, I want you to
Yeah.
Google that real quick. Down Under
Okay.
freedom fighters.
Down
But
under
I get all the
freedom
superheroes. I'm
fighters.
happy about
Under.
that.
Yeah, but like it's like those things that make you feel a bit more attached to these characters. But Superman needs he is for everybody, even though he's from Kansas.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
love that
it's from
he's.
Sonic? You fuck. You
I
stupid prick.
I love that Superman. I mean, I love the origin of him being. I
Those are
love
your
that.
boys. Those are your boys.
Those kangaroo. Oh, it's a platypus, a kangaroo, an emu. I don't know what the fuck that's
They
supposed to
are
be.
their names are Walt Wallaby, um,
Wallaby. Oh, it's a wallaby. Okay.
Guru Emu, Barbie
Yeah.
Koala, Wombat
Oh,
Stew,
that's a
Duck
koala.
Duckbill
Barbie
Platypus.
koala.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a koala.
Oh, just like a
Damn.
skunk.
Okay.
Anyways,
Superman.
final thing.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was like
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good.
if I gave ratings that were like in between numbers, it's like a 7.5 out of 10. I
Damn, you
don't know.
hated it.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it. I thought it was the worst movie ever made.
I'm still not
But
going to
yeah, no,
give
I
a
liked
number
it.
or anything yet. I think that Superman it really did
I
hit all the character beats that I wanted it to, and it's the character. It is the Superman I wanted him to be. When I
Okay.
first saw him, I knew it.
but you don't.
Love it. Not
Wow.
yet, at least.
Not
Maybe
yet.
I won't one
God,
day.
it's
Maybe
so
I
weird.
will.
It's so weird to have to
It's so weird, yeah.
groom yourself
I'm
into
more of a
loving it,
fan of
dude.
this movie than you are.
No,
That's weird.
no, I don't. But I don't think I'm.
That's like if
I
you like Sonic 3 more than me.
Yeah, no, but I think I could live with not loving it at least as long as we get more.
Mhm.
I think that's fine too. It's
Which
just
we
because
will, yeah.
we spent like so
Yes, I
many
know.
months of you being like, this is gonna be the
Years.
thing.
I know.
And
Years.
it was just a lot. It was a lot, man.
I
Like
know.
when Born
I'm
Again
not
was
going to
about to come
apologize.
out, I was definitely not like, this is gonna change. I was like,
Yeah, but
hope it's
you got
okay.
3 seasons of a dare. Think about how shit Superman was treated for so
You got
long.
Smallville. Everyone loves Smallville, dude. Don't be a
I haven't
pussy.
watched Smallville. I'm not going to watch Smallville, man.
Where in the
Yeah,
podcast?
but I don't
I
know.
My
don't want
favorite
to talk about
character,
comics.
but I'm not watching his
No, but
show.
it's
And
not
I'm
just
not
that.
watching Superman
It's
4.
not
Yeah, no,
just
I don't
that.
want to watch it.
It's not just that there wasn't a lot of Superman content in previous years, but it's more just that I think the public perception of the
Perception around.
character
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it.
changed so drastically that he became representative of something that he never was. When I came out of this movie the second time and I went to the bathroom, there were these kids arguing, and one of them kept saying, "It should have just been darker, man. Like Snyder had it." And there's another kid going,
Ugh.
"That is the opposite of what they should have done." And I'm happy they
Good, yeah.
didn't.
And
And
then
I'm
you
just thinking,
join
like,
in.
these people really still exist.
I
Like, they
just
still
want you to.
prefer Superman to be not Superman.
I
I
just
don't
want you to
know.
see this movie like one of these fucking times. I just want you to walk out and like send me a photo, and you're just like
I
smile on your
hope
face.
it'll be
I
tomorrow.
walked out of Superman with the biggest smile on my face, man. Why can't you do this?
Yeah, same here. Same. And I'm gonna
I
do the
think
same
Why
it'll.
thing for
can't
Fantastic Four in Eddington too.
Yeah, Eddington, hell yeah.
stop talking about
Fantastic Four will
Eddington?
be
Every time
fun.
you say it, I think of Paddington and I get
I was about
confused.
to make a
Stop it.
Paddington. I was trying to think of a Paddington joke.
I can't stop thinking about it. Stop. All right, let's end the show. I don't care about comics. Not
No,
it is a general rule. I care about comics, but
no,
Yeah.
I
what are we going
gotta.
to? We're
No,
going to
they're
talk about
cool.
the
They're cool.
swimsuit
They're
issue.
cool. They're cool.
Next
They're
week.
cool.
Let's save it for next week. Let's save it for
No,
next
they're
week.
cool. Look at this one.
Okay.
It's the MCU
Seven. Nah,
Fantastic
I'm leaving.
Four.
I'm
Yep.
leaving. I'm
Yeah, we're
leaving.
You're
going. We're
leaving?
going.
Oh, you son
I'm
of a bitch. Okay,
leaving.
okay.
Good
All right,
show.
all right, all
Good
right. Let's
show.
end it. Let's
Next
end it.
week. Next
Give me a
week.
second. Let's talk. Let's just give an outro at least to the fucking people.
Okay.
Comment Council of Kangs under the video if you
Comment
watch the
Council of
whole
Kangs.
thing.
Thanks
Council of
for listening.
Kings.
Listen, I know maybe that this is the most anticipated episode, at least for me, But for a lot of people, I feel
until
like this was a
Fantastic Four.
very heavily anticipated, and so it's like, oh God, where do we go next? Um, I I'm happy that this movie did not drain my enthusiasm for the rest of things.
I was gonna
Okay.
say it doesn't feel like it's. I'm sorry. It really does feel like Superman's here. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, what's next? Like it doesn't feel like we've hit
Fantastic
this
Yeah, like
Four.
cultural peak and we're
I'm
going down.
excited for
Like
Fantastic Four. I definitely feel like
yeah,
I've gotten less hype for it now that Superman is out. I am excited for it
I
though,
feel about the same.
and I
Yeah,
hope
looks
and
good.
I really hope that the DCU can continue and we can get to that point. I want the
Yeah, me
Justice
too.
League. I want it all, and I
Same.
want Robert Pattinson. And so watch my video on that. I forgot to say that.
Not
Watch
gonna
my
happen.
video.
I watched
I
it.
think
It
it
was
could happen
good.
if this movie doesn't make money.
I like
Make
the
it
part where
happen.
you talked about BVS and you had like gunshots in the. Do
That's
you watch
Yeah.
that,
funny.
Harper?
Why did
No,
you
I haven't yet.
say
He
that
No,
starts talking
name?
about
it's blocked in my country.
it like slowly zooms
It's
in.
Really?
not. It's no, it's not. But it is blocked in some countries.
Yes, I do know that. Yeah.
Well, because you
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
put
right.
music in it. You put so much music
I
in
don't care,
Well, that.
man. I don't care if Angolia can't see a fucking video. Like, what do you mean?
it.
Sorry, Baravia.
I don't care if Jaron Poor can't watch
Yeah,
my fucking
exactly.
video,
Yeah.
dude.
Kondak. Do you think
Oh,
Superman versus Black Adam would have made more money?
Well, we
maybe.
don't know how much
No.
money this
What
is
did
gonna
Black
make
Adam
yet.
make, dude? What did Black Adam make?
A
Four
buck and a half?
dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$4 exactly. Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right.
I think. Look, my opinion on this universe is they should make a Batman movie.
I
Me too.
think I think the end credit scene should have been like Superman Crypto in a park, and then Black Adam flies down and goes Superman,
I
and
have a
his name
dog
goes
too.
Black
Yeah.
Adam.
Do
Could you
you wait? Okay,
imagine?
real quick.
Why was that the end
Over
credit scene for Superman?
genuinely though,
Super. Yeah, no, straight up.
over under
The
on
way John said voice Black Adam, Crypto, and Black Adam's dog.
but over under on Pattinson being DC Batman for real.
I think it's gonna
I'm
happen.
feeling less. I feel less confident than I have
I
had.
Really,
feel I feel a bit more confident.
I did have a moment watching the movie where I was like, God, if this is how Mr. Terrific moves, I wonder how the fuck Batman's gonna move in this universe.
Mm.
But I still hope it's Robert Pattinson. I don't give a shit. I still hope it's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I
It'd
don't
be
think
so
it's. I
fun.
don't think
Even
it's.
thematically, these movies feel the same. Their
Look,
parents are fucking revealed to be shitheads, and then maybe
I,
they're not. But
yeah, yeah. Superman.
and that's it. Thanks for listening, guys.